YouTube be tripping. So that means they haven't notified anybody yet. I don't see nobody in here yet. That means they're holding off the stream. They're holding off my live stream. So are they blocking? Because I don't see a damn person in here. So look how long it took y'all to get in here. What up, Black? Damn, now y'all just pouring in. Black God, what's happening? K Gemma, Hinty Hetty Nefru, Bro L Wise, Immortal 9, Legendary, what's cracking? This is We Call BS Podcast. What up, Big Jaboogie, Neon Black, what's this? By G Mac, Anthony Henderson, what up? Roger Ragland, DJ Big B, what up? Mrs. B, Atun Antoine, Hotep Shalom, Dr. Sinister, Nanny Brooke, Tiger, what is that? Is that Tiger SU? Tigers GSU? Terry Bell, Copper Tone, what's cracking? JL, King Lemuel, I think that's Lemuel Productions, WDMA, what's cracking? Ruth Thompson, Summer Breeze, Britt Coulter, Kevin Wise, Dwayne Hicks, what is that? Yayama? I think I hope I said it right. Yayama. What's cracking? Daytona. What's up? Chaz McFly, Bobby Nelson, Shantae Russell, Lisa Jenkins Bay, Focus for Fam, what's cracking? Empress Raguba, what up? Norval Jones, Awana Clark, Melanated Brown, what's cracking? Chuck Diesel, Mr. Mazzy, James Seiler, Carol Williams, is that Kevin Corbin, what up, Hodges? Zy the Great, True Knowledge, and Ron Spinks, what's cracking? Yo, let me know if my audio is okay. I'm using a mic. You can see it tucked on my shoulder right here. Is the audio good, everybody? Can y'all hear me? Am I coming through? Appreciate Kevin Corbin. Man, thank you, brother. Thank you for the Cash App. Appreciate everybody who hit me on the Cash Apps. You're not able to send me a super chat anymore because remember, YouTube took me out of they demonetized my channel. So I appreciate everybody who still donates. If you want to donate, you can do the Cash App. That's Real Nagas, the number 9. So I appreciate you guys supporting and donating to my chicken shawarma habit. It's a habit ever since the Avengers introduced chicken shawarma. I got to get on it, baby. So appreciate you guys for helping me out. So I'm good, though. I'm sound good? All right, sounds good. Audio great? Okay, perfect. Thank y'all. Word up. I guess the thing works. The mic works. We're going to see how we do it. This is a nice shirt. Appreciate you. Hey, first come the words. I'm going to talk to you first. First come the words. Hey, brother, I'm going to be diplomatic about it first. But then, if we can't be diplomatic, hey, baby, don't make me put these hands on you. Don't make me put these hands on you, boy. We can't talk it out. Tyrone Parker, thank you. Stephen Williams, thank you guys for the Cash Apps. Appreciate y'all donating. So again, demonetized. So if you want to support me, you can't hit the Cash App. I mean the super chat. You got to do the Cash App. So I appreciate you guys for the donations. Anybody who ordered a police stop law package, it was sent out yesterday. You should have got an email about your package sent out. Also, I need you guys to let me know if they're still chopping up the video, the live stream, because somebody is saying I'm basically been put on alert. They've been put on alert, and they're probably watching my live stream or put some type of algorithm or filter over my live streams, which is why you guys are seeing it chopped up. So if you're still seeing it chopped up, we may have to figure something out. I may have to start live streaming on my alternate channel. All the links are in the description box. So if you want to know my alternate channel, you guys should sign up to that if I have to go to that, because I can't keep doing choppy live streams if they doing that. So may have to start doing it on the other channel. That's the Dragon More channel. If you want to do that, if you want to see me, if they continue to chop up this live stream right here. So are they? Just let me know if they're still chopping up the live stream. Then next week we may have to do something different. But absolutely, as Bobby Nelson said, take your shoes off when you enter the dojo. Thank you, Bobby Nelson. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Don't disrespect the dojo. For anybody who's new to the channel, that means hit the like button. Thank you. Hit the like button. Have some decorum, some couth, some class when you enter the dojo. Don't make me choke you out in the middle of the class. But appreciate everybody who hits the like button. That still affects the algorithm, even though they took me out of the YouTube program, the monetary program. They suspended me. They kicked your boy out. They say you're talking too much shit. You're talking too much shit that we don't want people to know. So goddamn it, we got to kick your ass out of here. But they don't know I got my people. Y'all still supporting. They don't know that no matter what they do, y'all gonna support. So I appreciate y'all for that. And again, anybody who ordered the Please Stop Law package, you got it sent out yesterday. And that deal was, again, if you ordered a great book of melanin research, the hard copy, everything you should know about your melanin, the science of your melanin, the biohydrocarbons that's flowing all over your body, that the substance that they use to power the earth with, and that you literally walking around every damn day with it, scratching it, popping zits in it. you got all of this right on your skin. It powers the world. You should know how it powers the world and how to heal it and keep yourself healthy. So right here, Great Book of Melanin Research. You ordered a hard copy. I'm going to give the deal because they took me out of the monetary program. So this is just a limited deal. I'm not going to do this for a long time. But Yuan Humphreys, thank you for the Cash App. Appreciate you, brother. But I'm not going to do this for a long time. But for right now, in limited time, I'm still going to give you guys the 5 flashcards that come with the deal. Richard Burton, man, appreciate you. Thank everybody for hitting the Cash App. I appreciate y'all so much. Don't let YouTube try to take us down, baby. Let them know that we one people. We a Naga Nation. So again, you ordered a hard copy. I'm gonna give you all of this: the Know Your Rights manual, the public official bonds book, along with the constitutional rights card. Ooh, can't see it right here. The constitutional rights card and the qualified immunity card and notice right there. You're going to get all of this. This is worth over $300, y'all, just so you know. 5 decks of flashcards. I'm going to hook you up if you order the Great Book of Melanin Research, the hard copy. So make sure you get out there and support. I appreciate you guys for that. You should know this right now. Remember, this is the only place that you can get this book is from me, this information. Sorry. This is the only place, and I put that against anybody. This is the only place you can get all of this research. This is 2 books. This is only the first book. This is book 1 of 2 big, thick books of melanin research. So I dare anybody to say they got more melanin research than I do. I dare you. I give you $100. Yo, Robert, what up, brother? Thank you, man. Thank you for the chicken shawarma. He said 5 on the chicken shawarma. I appreciate you, brother. But again, they took the files off the website when I went there and bought them. So sorry, I'm probably the last person to get the files off the website, the International Federation of Pigment Cell Societies. I was the last person in there, snatched them, then they took it off. And I made it into a book for you. So make sure you support realnagas.com. And then everybody want to learn the law for free. We are still doing that. We are not going to stop until we have a law army, 1 million Johnny Cochrans, baby. We are going to do that. You understand? We're going to do that. Now, we hope we do it. We are going to do it. So again, if you want to get on that train, make sure you get over to knowyourrightsfoundation.org, sign up as a volunteer, and we will teach you the law for free. You're going to need it because we're going to talk about it today. Because not only are the police officers out here trying to whoop your ass, they're trying to take away your free speech. And so that's the first amendment in the Constitution. We always in police stop law we deal with the Fourth Amendment because they usually violate your Fourth Amendment rights at a police stop. But we're going to have to really sink in and revisit your First Amendment rights. That freedom of speech is tantamount to being free in a free society, right? You know, in a free society, you have to be able to say what you are not happy with in order for you to be free. So that freedom of speech, you're going to need it. So learn how to protect it. Knowyourrightsfoundation.org. Get over there, sign up. Excuse me, and this is the deal. You're going to work to get one of these certifications, but the deal is you go back out there, you teach this to the community, you know, and because we're giving our free time to you, our hard-earned time and effort to you, then you have to go back out and pay it forward to the community. So get you one of these beautiful certifications, get back out there, and let's create 1 million Johnny Cochrans, because we are going to need a law army. That's the only thing that's going to pretty much, you know, stop them from committing law warfare and all this type of stuff against your freedom of speech and everything in the future. They're going to need a group that they fear. And the only thing that they fear is people with power, and knowledge is power. So make sure you be a part of this power block we got building up, baby. Don't get left. This is about to be the Law Avengers. We got to be the Law Avengers, baby. I'm the Tony Stark of the Law Avengers. Right here, baby. Who want to be the Incredible Hulk? Who want to be the Black Panther? Y'all can come on in here. I'm the Tony Stark of it all. But you can come on in here and pick one of the superheroes you want to be in the Law Avengers. Appreciate you. And then, again, Patreon. If you guys want to sign up for the status classes, get over to patreon.com/realnagas and sign up to the status classes for when the government will truly come after you, and then you want to protect yourself from the government, taking yourself out of the jurisdiction of the corporation, the United States of America, Inc., because they are a corporation filed in Delaware. Anyone can go look it up. And so if they're a corporation, how can they be a sovereign country and a corporation at the same time? They can't. So the only way they can deal with you is through contracts. Because they're a corporation, corporations have to deal through contracts. Corporation, remember, is an artificial person. So only way artificial people can deal with you is through paperwork. And then paperwork that you agree to be bound by. So through understanding your status and your connection to the land, you can break those contracts. So again, we do that at patreon.com/realnagas. Sign up to the highest level of the status classes. And when you're able to explain the paperwork, I will give it to you for free. Because again, I need a law army, law Avengers. Tony Robinson, appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man, for the cash app. Appreciate you. So again, I need this law Avengers. So get over there, patreon.com/realnagas, sign up and get that status corrected. All right. Oh, last thing, hey, my homie Timmy Tight Top came back through, boy. I was about to start talking about you, Timmy Tight Top. About to start talking about. Oh, also shout out to the person who was doing Yaki Awakenings cleanse, and you went and bought. You're doing the cleanse that he does, and you went and bought some juices from Timmy Tight Top from We Juice. So Timmy Tight Top told me to tell you thank you. Appreciate y'all for that. But right here, he didn't bring me my surprisingly sweet. I'm kind of pissed, but he didn't bring me my surprisingly sweet. So this is the strawberry lemonade, the strawberry, apple, pear, and lemon. It's off the chain though. I ain't too mad about this one. Then he brought me some new joint right here. This is creamy apple crunch. I don't know what the hell is it. It was creamy apple crunch. I don't do creamy. But it's celery, carrot, and apple. That's a good flush for your system, for your digestive system, if you don't know. Very good flush for your digestive system. Then he got the green lemonade. Bam, the green lemonade right here. That's the cucumber, romaine, spinach, kale, lemon, ginger, apple, and pear. God damn. Right here. That's That's more when I'm on my cleanse, but you know, I'm definitely gonna drink that. Gotta flush some stuff out, and then this is the after dinner sweet juice right here. This is the Be Fearless apple pear lemon ginger and cayenne pepper right here, baby. So make sure you want to call Timmy Tight Top if you want some of these juices. It's 323-776-2587. Again, 323-776-2587. Tell him you heard it on Real Nagas and he will hook you up. Give him the code 5OFF-JUICE. Tell him when you call him up, tell him the promo code is 5OFF-JUICE and he will hook you up with the discount, with the 5% discount when you hit him up. So thank you, Timmy Tight Up. I need my surprisingly sweet drink though, man. Come on, man. That's the best one you got. And the watermelon with the mint. Those two are the top two. That's the Kobe and Jordan. And Kobe's better than Jordan, goddamn. But we're gonna get into that later. So again, make sure you guys and again, let me know. Are we choppy? I need to know again. Are we choppy? I didn't see what you guys said. Are we smooth or are we choppy? Can anybody let me know? How we doing? On the because they were chopping and screwing my shit up. We cool? We good? All right. Thank you. We smooth? Word up. So again though, just make sure you sign up to all the alternative channels in the description box just in case we lose connection, you know, in case YouTube start tripping. But let's get it started. So I don't know if y'all saw Comma Chameleon. She finally had a damn interview. She finally had an interview. And we don't know a damn thing. We still don't know shit. Like, she had an interview, excuse me, with CNN. And it was the most softball interview that you could ever have in your life. I mean, she was leading her. Like, she was leading the witness. Like this, if this was the courtroom and she was an attorney talking to her witness, the defense would have been able to object. They would have been able to like objection, leading the witness, because she was like, so Kamala, when did you flip? Because you know she done flipped on everything. She done flipped on fracking. She done flipped on the border wall. She done flipped on taxing what is it, the service industry taxes, like waiters and waitresses and stuff like that. She done flipped on all this stuff. This is all Trump's policies, right? So she had to ask her that shit. She goes, so when did you flip on the on fracking? She's like, do you still believe in fracking? Which I don't believe in fracking, which that's that drilling for the gas in the water in the ocean. I mean, we don't need that. There's far better ways to get energy, but so that's the only thing I agree with her on. There's no fracking. But she was for it. She was like, I will definitely ban fracking. This is when she ran for president in 2020. She said, I will definitely ban fracking and blah blah. So now she had to flip on it, right? Because she's trying to be more in the middle. She's super crazy ass left communist. So she's trying to balance herself. She's trying to make it seem like she really balanced and in the middle and come back and be like, yeah, I'm for fracking. She's like, yeah, no. She's like, no, don't worry about it. She's like, I wouldn't ban fracking. She's like, so then Dana, what's her name? Dana Bash was like, so when did you kind of change your mind? Let me be clear. Let me be clear. My values haven't changed, but I voted against banning fracking. I said I wasn't going to ban fracking. I've never voted, but that ain't what I asked you. When did you change your mind? She said. Then she tried to leave. She said, what did you look at some science? Was it a science report, or was it something that you saw that made you change your mind? And she was just like, she was leading her ass. She was trying to help her ass out so bad. And she was crazy as hell. She was like, I don't know. And why she had to have her emotional support, Whitey, come with her. She had her emotional support Caucasian teddy bear on the side, and he didn't do a damn thing. He was there for nothing, just so she didn't look, so the camera would have somebody else to focus on, and it didn't focus on her for the whole damn interview. Now, the interview was 41 minutes. It's crazy. The interview was 41 minutes, and that's the real interview. They cut it all the way down to 18 minutes. That's how bad she did. You did 41 minutes of interviewing, and CNN didn't cut it. Kamala Harris went back in and they watched it, and they told CNN what they wanted to cut out of the interview. That's crazy. That a political candidate can tell a supposedly non-biased news station to cut up an interview because it's going to make her look bad. Somebody said, Ty said the Linus blanket. That's hilarious. That's exactly what she was, the Linus blanket. Anybody know Linus didn't go nowhere without that goddamn blanket. That blanket had to stink like hell. God damn it, Linus. That blanket had to smell like goddamn crap. But Linus took that blanket everywhere. That shit had to smell like hot garbage. But Linus, it was his. So she drug him in there just like Linus. And he didn't say a goddamn thing except that one question that Dana Bash asked him about his stolen valor, him saying that he went to war when he didn't. And he was like, my wife says I use bad grammar sometimes, but nigga, you lied. Oh, that's what we calling bad grammar? That's what we calling lying today? We calling lying bad grammar? Oh, my bad. I didn't know. Sorry, I forgot to change my language. You had bad grammar when you said you went to war and you didn't. Oh, what up, Geechee Dan? Where you been, boy? What up, Geechee Dan? So that interview was fucking crap. And you didn't learn any damn thing. Not only was it crap, it actually it showed that she don't know a damn thing. She doesn't know it. She was word salading her way all the way through the whole damn interview. And she only spoke for about 7 minutes. She only spoke for about 7 minutes because Dana Bash spoke for most of it. Then the Linus blanket, he spoke for about another, the Linus blanket spoke for about another good, whatever it was. So they timed it. She only spoke for about a good 7 minutes. So you supposed to be people supposed to vote for you for president, and you only speak 7 minutes. Then hold up, what happened? Yo, smooth vibes. Thank you for the cash out, brother. Appreciate you. Now, what happened? What happened to all the feminists who hate having a man sitting next to them or mansplaining anything to them? These are the feminists. I'm talking to you feminists out there. I don't need you to mansplain nothing for me and whoop-de-whoop. Now, why is she supposed to be the strongest person in the world, running the biggest country in the world, the most powerful country in the world, and she need an emotional support Caucasian? She needs an emotional support Caucasian. Oh, my bad. That makes absolutely no damn sense. So, where's the strong black woman? Where's the strong black woman? Hold on, y'all. My window's open. Some kids playing in the back. I gotta close it. I think somebody moving into one of the apartments in the back. So Yeah, we didn't learn a damn thing from chameleon. You come and go. You come and go. We don't know. We ain't heard nothing from chameleon, but bullshit. And it's funny because she's super left, so Trump trying to be in the middle right now. So she trying to seem like she's super left. So her whole thing is, I'm not Trump. Vote for me because I'm not Trump, right? That's her whole spiel. Trump bad, me good. And so she basically is stealing all of Trump's policies and saying, hey, I can do what he gonna do. I'm just not him. Ain't that better? I can do everything he say he gonna do, but I'm not him. So I can be in office and not him and still do the same stuff. They're like, bitch, if you don't get out of here. So that's absolutely insane. But this is what they want you. They think Americans, and especially melanated people of America, are dumb as hell. They think you are the dumbest people to ever live. The dumbest niggas to ever live in life. And you are never going to question anything. You never gonna. And then if you've seen all these men on the street, you see the Don Lemon thing when Don Lemon went around asking all the melanated people in Chicago who they was voting for. All of them said Trump. Like to the point where he couldn't even cut it out and make it seem like people were voting for Kamala. He put all that in. Everybody said, I'm voting for Trump. And they had reasons. When Trump was in charge, boom, everything was better. We didn't have all these people coming across the border, but I mean, killing it. Not just, I like Trump. No, they had reasons about Trump's policies. Now, is Trump all good there? Is Trump the greatest nigga in the world? Fuck no. The orangutan Avenger? Hell no. He is not the greatest nigga in the world at all, by no means. However, what do you need right now for, America to be put back in a place where we can start doing some shit again? Because right now they're trying to take over all your rights. So, speaking of Trump, and like I said, by no means is he the greatest nigga, but the reason you know that he's the one that you want in office is because they just re-indicted him again. Moving along. They just re-indicted the nigga. Like from the case that was dismissed, that they said that because the prosecutor, Jack Smith, wasn't chosen constitutionally, this fool goes back. And also they said that he had half presidential immunity because the Supreme Court gave him that. So they were supposed to wipe that out. This nigga went around the Supreme Court and said, because basically they were saying that anything that he did that was considered presidential acts he could be immune from. So Jack Smith went in there and reworked the case and took out things that could be considered a presidential act, and then resubmitted it to a new grand jury. And then they put that nigga, they re-indicted him. Now, who else have you ever known them to try to get this bad? I mean, this is insane. Like, no matter what you want to say, this is all a game, this is all theater and all this and that. This ain't this much theater. You don't try to throw a nigga in jail this much if it's theater, if he playing the game with y'all. This shows that he's not playing the game, which is why they need to get him out of there. That's the whole point. You don't play the game, Trump. Nigga, we need you to play the game, nigga. Fuck's wrong with you, nigga? We playing Monopoly right now, nigga. You come in playing motherfucking hopscotch. You playing motherfucking football, nigga. We playing the game of life. This nigga come in playing basketball, shooting threes from the nigga. This is a whole different game. We playing board games. You playing fucking sports. You playing sports. And they don't want that. And so they got to get him out of there. They tried to kill the nigga. They tried to throw the nigga in jail. They tried to kill the nigga. And then on the 18th, he gets sentenced. This nigga will be sentenced on the 18th. I definitely think they're going to throw him in jail. I'm like 85% sure they're gonna throw Trump in jail on the 18th. Because they said they were getting Rikers Island. Excuse me. They said they were getting Rikers Island ready for, and because they have to, if he goes to Rikers Island, he has to go with the Secret Service. So they said they were trying to get Rikers Island ready. This is reports, because they know that Secret Services are also going to have to be there. So they have to get accommodations. They have to do some things completely different for when Trump show up. So I definitely believe they about to throw this nigga in jail on the 18th. And if they throw him in jail, he gonna win. If they throw him in jail, I definitely believe all the niggas in the hood are gonna go vote for Trump. That's absolute. I absolutely believe every nigga in the hood is gonna go vote for Trump. So you had a crazy time right now, and this ain't even as crazy as it's gonna get on November the 5th. November the 5th, and I say not the 5th because that's the day we're gonna be voting. So when the results are supposed to come out, which is like the 6th to the 10th, you're gonna have the craziest goddamn time you ever heard in your life. The craziest time you ever heard you ever seen in your life in America. So y'all better get prepared and do what y'all need to do. Excuse me. Get prepared. Do what y'all need to do. Stock up so that you don't have to go out for a few days. But this is about to be the craziest shit ever. So then, like I said, Trump is he's not with the establishment. You can hate Trump. Hey, you can hate Trump. That ain't got nothing to do with would he run the country better. You can hate Trump. I don't know why you hate Trump. What's the reason you hate Trump? Niggas, can you actually give a logical reason of why you hate Trump? Is it that he let niggas out of jail? Is it that he gave black colleges money? Which is it? What made you hate Trump? I don't know what it is. Now, I don't like the nigga because he the way he talks and shit like that. I'm not necessarily, I'm not a fan of who he is as a person because the nigga just is, that nigga's a nut. But as far as what's best for the country right now, getting these damn immigrants out of the country, that nigga is the one who can do it. But like I said, even though he is the best for that, he is a Khazarian ball gargler. Trump, no matter how you want to slice it, Trump is a Khazarian ball gargler. He is a Khazarian ball connoisseur. He knows the difference between the smooth Khazarian ball and the coarse Khazarian ball with the hair. That smooth ball doesn't get caught in the esophageal passage. It's able to roll around as I gargle the ball without scratching the esophagus. The esophagus. That's what he knows. So, just like New York, the University of New York, NYU are also Khazarian ball garglers. Speaking of, because they just basically they made Zionism a protected class. They just made Zionism a protected class. You know what Zionism is? Zionism is the belief that Israel is the homeland to all the Jewish people in the world, and they're supposed to be allowed to go back there and live there, whatever. The Jewish state. Excuse me, Lisa Michelin. Thank you. Thank everybody hitting the chicken shawarma donation button. That's what we're gonna call it. That's the shawarma donation button. Appreciate y'all. But that's what Zionism is, the belief from most Judaism and other people who support them, like the evangelical Christians and stuff like that, and also just Zionist Americans who believe that Jews need their own state. But that's the belief that they're supposed to go back and own Israel, right? So if you talk against that, if you say, nah, that was the Palestinians' land, before that, and y'all niggas killed a bunch, y'all took out a bunch of Palestinians and did all that. If you say that on the New York campus, NYU campus, you're going to be labeled an anti-Semite. They're saying Zionism is equal to anti-Semitism on the New York University campus. That's crazy. I can't talk against a country. It's a government. Not saying anything about the people. You're talking about the government of those people. And just like you can criticize China, you can criticize Iran, you can criticize Germany, you can criticize every other fucking country in the world in America. You can even criticize America. Nigga, that's what they shit on America all the goddamn time. That's one of my stories I got here. They shit on America all the goddamn time. But you can't say shit about New Khazaria? What? We can't say anything about New Khazaria. Nope. Better shut that shit up, nigga. Zip it, lock it, throw away the key, nigga. Don't you say a damn thing. How these niggas come after you? So again, they said it's anti-Semitism. If you're now, this is the dumbest thing of all time. Anybody who called you anti-Semite for supporting Palestinians, you should slap them in the face with Palestinians are also Semites. So how the hell am I an anti-Semite if I support Semites? You should just smack them with it every time. There's nothing they'll be able to say after that. Jews are not the entire diaspora of Semites. They don't encompass the entire diaspora of Semites. So that's what you should smack anybody who's called anti-Semitic because you support Palestine not getting blown up by the kids, the children not getting blown up in Palestine. You should say, well, I support Palestinians, so how can I be anti-Semitic when I support Semites? And just hit them right there. They won't be able to get past that. Because then, keeping it going with the Khazarians and how they're trying to control shit, a British journalist was just arrested for criticizing New Khazaria. This is what's going on. This nigga was arrested in the UK because he criticized New Khazaria. Now he's a Syrian. He's born in the UK, but he's of Syrian descent. So he be with the Muslims, and and he basically just was in one of his posts or his articles, he criticized. The British has what they call the British Terrorism Act from 2000. They created something in 2000, and it basically says that you can't. So what they accused him of was expressing a belief or opinion that is supportive of a prescribed terrorist organization. And that would be Hamas, right? So they're saying that in his post, because he was supporting Palestinians, that he was supporting Hamas, which is two completely different things. But they went and arrested this nigga. They arrested his ass, saying you can't be supporting Hamas. Wait, nigga, what? See, I told y'all, you don't have, in most countries, they don't have free speech. In most countries, yeah, you can hate on Russia too. Yep, you can hate on every goddamn country in the world but New Khazaria. I told you, every country in the world, no one has free speech but America. And we're going to talk about that too. But expressing a belief or opinion. Opinion! Nigga, I can't express an opinion? It's illegal for me to believe this. This is insane, y'all. I hope y'all understanding what we're talking about around. It's illegal for you to have an opinion or to believe something and then tell anybody else about it. If you believe that shit, if you got an opinion, keep that shit to yourself, nigga. We don't want to hear that shit. Shut the fuck up. Take your bitch ass over there and watch the Avengers, nigga, and sit with your opinion. We don't want to hear it. So, New Khazaria is on the mash for control. That's why Candace Owens basically said America has been hijacked by New Khazaria. That's why they own her right now. I talked about the Jacob Frankian cult that supposedly, that allegedly they follow, but and it started with the Sabotage V and all that. So she's been on their ass. She been on their ass. You say, yeah, they on Candace's ass, but Candace is on their ass. First of all, Candace's husband is like a billionaire, right? Did y'all know that? Her Caucasian husband is like a fucking billionaire or close to it. This nigga worth hundreds of millions. So she don't give a fuck. She like, nigga, you can't do shit to me. She got 3 kids by a billionaire. She good. Candace is straight. Charlie J. Scott, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, brother. Hitting the cash app. YouTube stopped the super chat on me. Appreciate you for that cash app, brother. That was a good shawarma donation. I damn sure will be using it after this live stream. But Candace is on their ass just like they jumped on Candace. And she don't gotta fear nothing because, again, her husband is a damn billionaire. So she can say EAD to the Khazarians all day. To the new Khazarians, I should say. Not every Khazarian, but she can say EAD to the new Khazarians all day. And not have to worry about nothing. It ain't gonna stop her money. So, and then did y'all see this week one of the hostages that was just so-called rescued? They were so-called rescued from Hamas. So she came out, she was like in her 20s or something, I think. Did you see what she said when she in her interview she said, yeah, they treated me good. She said, I wasn't the victim of any type of abuse or nothing like that. She said the biggest threat for the hostages was from New Khazaria. The IDF dropping bombs where the hostages were. She said there was a bunch of hostages she was with, and she said it's a miracle that I came out alive. She said it's a miracle that I got out alive because they bombed the building that they were in, and the roof fell in and took out a bunch of the hostages. And she had shrapnel all in her head from the attack. And so she came out and she was like, they're the ones who fucking trying to take everybody out. So, hey, and they're all on this, we need her, we're doing it, and we're going to keep this assault going, this offensive going until we get back our hostages. Wait a minute, what? And I already told you about the Hannibal directive, where the Hannibal directive says that if their people are going to get captured by an enemy, then they believe that they should take out their own people in order to prevent them from being captured and from giving the enemy an upper hand as far as the conflict. So, hey, New Khazaria, you ain't looking good right now. Then it said, but then, like I said this before, that they are instituting their own demise by doing this. They're instituting their own demise. By doing this, they have put the energy out into the universe to bring about their own downfall. You can't put out this type of negative, foul energy into the universe without it coming back. And especially now in this new conjunction era that we're in, since the great conjunction of 2020, things come back on you like that. You can't stop it. And I'm sure they didn't factor that in when they thought about going on this damn offensive, this endeavor that, oh, this karma may come back on me pretty quick. I'm sure they didn't factor it in, but it is, because they said people over in New Khazaria said that their infrastructure is collapsing. No one wants to be over there anymore. No New Khazarians want to be over there. it's an intellectual drain because all the smart people are leaving New Khazaria. Then not to mention the people around the world see them as pariahs. Nobody wants to do business with New Khazarians anymore. These niggas have instituted their downfall. The only play they really have left is America in their back pocket, like a trump card. Like, nigga, don't make me pull out this ace of spade on you, bitch ass nigga. The Joker. You want to, hey, nigga, fuck that. You want to see Big Joker? Anybody play spades know if you play with the Jokers, Big Joker, and you got Big Joker, Little Joker, and then the ace of spades. Those are the three biggest cards. And then you got, if you play with deuces, you know, deuces are a little high if you play with deuces. But don't make me pull out Big Joker on your ass. So that's America. America's Big Joker. And so and they're going to have the Big Joker until they probably choke the Big Joker. America is going to fall with New Khazaria. That's how it's going to go. As New Khazaria falls, America is going to fall with them because they sanction everything that New Khazaria does. So ain't looking too good for you, New Khazaria. Moving along, did you see the Telegram CEO was jailed in France? They arrested the nigga. They got him off the plane. As soon as he landed on the tarmac, they pulled up on the nigga. So, you know, Telegram, you know, the app Telegram, I tell you guys all the time, a lot of the stories I get, you know, which is why I'm able to get a lot of the behind the scenes stuff going on. That stuff is on Telegram. Telegram is excuse me, one of, if not the freest app that you can get. He don't censor nothing. So the reason they mad at him because the owner of Telegram, all of these intelligence agencies came to him and said, yo, let us put a back door into Telegram so that, like the FBI, they did it, the FBI, the KGB, Germany, all these different countries came to him and said, yo, let us put a back door into the app so we can go in and we can spy on people's, you know, information, just in case. And they did it with the, you know, this is security. This is about security of the world and security of our country and blah, 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 blah. And they was like, that nigga's like, nope. He said, hell no. So then by doing that, by saying no, you make yourself a target of the establishment, right? So he worth something like $15 billion or whatever. And he's a citizen of France and United Arab, what is it? The United Emirates, Arab, whatever, UEA. What does that stand for? The United Emirates of Arab or something like that. What does it stand for, y'all? The UAE, was it the UAE, the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, whatever. So he's a citizen of that also. And then he's also born in Russia. He's also Russian. So he got 3 different countries he can go to, but he don't want to go to Russia because they want to put the clamps on his app. So he had to leave Russia, and that's why he lives with the Arabs. But how they got him was Macron, the president of France, called him and said, yo, hey homie, let's do some dinner. Let's do dinner, my nigga. Come on down. I'm gonna hook you up. We'll invite you down. We're gonna have a nice spread. This is gonna be all you can eat. We may have some bitches there twerking. We don't know. We don't know. It could get off the chain. Won't you just come on down and show up to the festivities? And he was like, word? You gonna have some bitches there twerking? He's like, nigga, I'm there, my nigga. So he jumped on the plane, and as soon as he landed on the tarmac, they arrested his ass. Old Macron pulled the 1-2 on him, bitch. Oh, nigga, if I'm him, I got it in for Macron. If I'm that nigga, Macron, ain't nowhere your bitch ass can go, nigga. I would expose everything about Macron if I was him. I would hire 5 investigation agencies, private investigation agencies. I would hire 5 of them bitches, and all of you niggas are gonna focus on Macron, bitch ass. You understand? I don't want to hear nothing. Don't come back to me with no information unless it got to do with him. See, when you got money like that, man, you got information is power at that point. And more money you got, the more information you can acquire. So that's what I would do if I was him. But then, is Telegram along with Rumble and Twitter basically are the only apps you can speak on. Telegram, Rumble, and Twitter. They're the only free apps you got left. I think you got BitChute, maybe, and Odyssey, but no one really is messing with those. It's really Twitter, Telegram, and Rumble. And they're trying to take all of them out. So they got TikTok out of there. They got TikTok. And then they said there's a meme with the Grim Reaper. And he went in and there's some doors. The first door says TikTok. And the door is open. There's a lot, and there's blood coming out of the door, like the Grim Reaper done took out TikTok, and then he kicked in the door. Then there's the next door is the Telegram logo, and that door is open, and it got blood on the floor with the Grim Reaper. And the next door, it wasn't open. It was Twitter, and the next it was Twitter, and so he was coming for Twitter next. But they're trying to take us out. They do not want us to have free speech. So basically, they said they said France wants him to give over communications from people they deem pushing misinformation in their country. And then they called him a free speech absolutist weirdo. Like, how are you a weirdo if you for free speech? That's weird, guys. If you for absolute free speech, whoa, fucking weirdo. Whoa, man, whoa. It's fucking weird, bro. You want to say whatever you want to say? Whoa, what the fuck? Where'd this guy come from? What planet is this motherfucker from? Hey, he wants to just say whatever the fuck he wants to say. Oh, fucking weirdo. We have a weirdo here. Like, that makes no sense to call somebody weirdo because they want free speech. Absolute free speech. Then Telegram was also attacked in the UK as the main app that allowed right-wing rallies, basically stoking racial dissent in the country. Nina, thank you, Nina, for the shawarma donation. Appreciate you. I'm gonna think about you when I'm getting my shawarma. Thank you, girl. So he's on attack from all fronts. They even banned him in Russia because he wouldn't give a back door. Putin banned him in Russia, and then basically he opened it back up. He let him back in a couple of years later. Excuse me. He let him back in a couple of years later. But they did this because they eventually want to arrest Elon. That's really who they want. Telegram, especially if you go to the Real World News channel on Telegram, telling you, people, you got to go to Real World News on Telegram. They'll show you every goddamn thing that's happening in the world on the real, and again, take Real World News on Telegram. That channel will show you every damn thing. But they trying to take out Elon Musk for not censoring, what they call misinformation. And then then when the CEO did an interview with Tucker Carlson, he said the FBI wanted to install the backdoor that would allow them to spy on all users. So the CEO, he told this on the Tucker Carlson show. He broke this all off. After that interview, they really came after. So again, your freedom of speech is being attacked. And so that's the next, moving along, that's my next, moving into the next story. There is a war on your freedom of speech. There is a major war going on. And I think if you sit back and act like, just nonchalantly act like, oh, this will pass, no, you are in a different time. And again, I tell you, people back in the day in America, whatever you think of them, they had to fight for a bunch of the stuff they got, whether it's in the revolution, or the Revolutionary War, or the Civil Rights times, or the Civil War. All these things, people had some hard ass shit they had to fight for when they, the ideals they believed in. They had to put some smash down. They had to put a real smash down to acquire these things, to make them a staple in life. In this era, we have had it completely easy ever since after the Vietnam War, and even during those times, people who didn't have to fight in the war. America has had it easy as shit. You haven't had to fight for anything. Anything. You don't got to fight for nothing. You can pick up, not even to pick up the phone today. You can call them, do. Have anything at your door by pushing a few goddamn buttons on your phone. Have anything delivered to your door that day. Back in the day, you was hungry, you had to get up and go to McDonald's. I can get a turkey burger delivered to me right now in the next 30 minutes. Right to my door without even talking to anybody. We live in a world that is so easy. It's so easy. It's making weak people. And right now, this is the universe testing you to say, all right, well, you have these things, but what the fuck did you do for them? What did you do for them? You got free speech? Yeah, but what'd you do for it? Oh, you didn't do nothing for it? That means you don't value it that much. So when they come for it, you don't fight. You're not going to fight that hard for it until it's completely taken away from your ass. Then you're going to see, holy shit, I can't, what? That's what's going to have to happen. Unless you see the writing on the wall right now and get up and get in the fight. You have to, sorry people of this time and era, you got to get off your ass and fight. This is your time. This is going to be your civil war and your civil rights movement and your revolutionary war. It's going to be this. Because the establishment, the people of the world around the world who are with this globalism shit, they're trying to reshape and reform the world into something that they want. That's completely antithetical to the principles that America was created on. Individual freedom. They're like, fuck that. We can't run shit if everybody got individual freedom. We can't do that shit. Nigga, how the fuck we gonna run every goddamn thing if we got free niggas just running around everywhere? No, we need everybody to be on the same thing around the same world. So that means we got to get rid of freedom of speech in America because nobody else got freedom of speech. So if we kill it in America, nobody else who's around the world is used to it. They won't give a fuck because they never had it. So if we kill it in America, we kill it around the world. So Zuckerberg, he just came out and he tells Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan is one of the congressmen who's on the what is he on? Jim Jordan is on the Judiciary Committee. So Zuckerberg tells Jim Jordan in a letter, he wrote a whole letter and said that the Biden-Harris administration pressured him to censor the CV-19 information during the Pandemic. No matter what it was, they wanted it censored. Even jokes. They were queuing in on jokes and was like, oh, get that out. Nope, take that shit out. Nope. And then he said, I won't be doing anything similar to that ever. Nigga, what does that mean? Similar. Like, nigga, you won't be doing it. Are you doing it again or are you not doing it again? I don't want to hear, I ain't going to be doing something similar to that. Nigga, what else? What you doing? Something different, but still fucking with people? Because that's what that says to me. You're still going to be messing with people, but you're just not going to do it in the same way you did last time. So, war on your speech. Now, all of this came out. Now, again, back then, Zuckerberg denied it back when it came out in the Twitter files. This came out in the Twitter files when Elon, he acquired Twitter and he released all the damn text messages and shit and the emails from Twitter. They said it was all in there. This is all in there. How they was doing this to the FBI was doing this and all that. Zuckerberg came out and he denied it. No, I wasn't doing it. It wasn't me. Promise. I promise. I promise it wasn't me. Nigga crossing his fingers, crossing his eyes and his toes and shit. Nigga like he crossing everything he can cross. Wasn't me. No, I promise. It wasn't me. This nigga crossing every fucking thing he can cross. Lying his ass off. So it was Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. They were all censoring speech during the pandemic. All of them they still doing it now to some extent. Even Twitter is freer. It's not necessarily free. But and they call it again the censorship industrial complex. Like they got the military industrial complex, the war machine, the thing that keeps war going constantly over and over again. They have instituted something called the censorship industrial complex, meaning corporations colluding to crush and government colluding to crush your free speech. Again, they have to silence you in order to be able to move this into this one world government. So now there's a major, like I said, there's a major war on your free speech in America. But it's because you've given your free speech over to social media platforms. Now that you've given your free speech over to social media platforms, there's a major attack on it. Because it's like giving your free speech over to a platform is like putting it in someone else's care. Putting it in a box and saying, hey, take care of this for me. I'll be back. I'm about to go down to Mexico, down to Baja, real quick, get my little freak on, chill on the beach, get me some barbecue and with some Corona and a little Sylvester, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to be on vacation for a minute. Won't you take care of my free speech for me? And I'll come back and I'll get it later. This is what in being involved in on these social media platforms, solely and completely giving your whole thing over to them, that's basically you've given up all your free speech. Because when they take it away, when they take the platform away, that's it. You're a wrap, like they tried to do to me. You see, I was out for 3 weeks because they said I went against the community guidelines. So that took my free speech away for 3 weeks. Now, I'm not attached to this stuff like most people are. I love you guys, but I love universal law more. And I understand in a higher consciousness that things come into your life and things go. And if this thing came into my life, I enjoy it when it's in my life, but when it's time for it to leave, I'm not attached to it. It's called non-attachment. This is one of the first rules in spirituality, that you can't be attached to anything in the physical plane because it's all an illusion. Now, just like I created this, I could probably create something else, even though it took me 10 years to do all of this. But again, if this was to leave, I would have to just let it go and keep it moving. Now, we're not going to give them any help to take it away. So you see, I'm watching my speech a little bit. I'm not going crazy on the, on the medical side of the game like like I usually would. He said, "You in Rainbow Land, Kev? You better watch it." You in Rainbow Land, Kev? Hey, I'm doing the Texas two-step for the next 90 days. I got to do it for the next 90 days till they take me off the, So I got to do the Texas two-step. But this war on your free speech, man, it's, like I thought they was, am I still good? Because, are they chopping me up yet? I don't want to speak it into existence, but I just want to make sure I'm still good because, like I said, the war on free speech, they be tripping. Let me know, am I still good on the choppiness? Am I still coming through smooth? Because I'm good. Oh, you said you good for now. All right, word, we good. But again, these platforms allow speech to be amplified. They allow your speech to be amplified. Excuse me. But the trade-off is you really don't have free speech. That's the trade-off. Your speech is going to be amplified around the world. Everyone's going to be able to hear you. Miles and miles, from mountain to mountain, from sea to sea. But you can't say that. Oh, no, I wouldn't say that. Can you tone that down just a little bit? Oh, we really, whoa, hey, really can't say that. You can say that, but could you say it in a different way so that someone's feelings isn't hurt? Okay, yeah, that sounds a little bit better. Yeah, that's what you got to deal with. For your speech to be able to be amplified throughout the world, they will clamp your shit and cut your shit up, and they will Edward Scissorhands your shit up. That's a good movie too, Edward Scissorhands. That shit was crazy as hell. This nigga walking around with scissors on his hands. That shit was hilarious. But that's what they doing to your freedom of speech. And then, because America is a fascist government, excuse me, which is basically, fascism is the collusion between corporation and government. That's what I think it was Mussolini's definition of fascism, was the collusion of corporations and government to suppress your rights, a citizen's rights. Excuse me. Government can now effectively suppress your free speech. This is the get around. This is how they got around the First Amendment, was because, again, we've entrusted our free speech to these platforms that governments can control by intimidation, threat, bribery, any way they can. They have so many ways they can control these platforms, and in lieu of that, they control you. Or not in lieu of, but with that being done, they then control you. So this is how this shit is going. And unless you stand up for it, you say, nigga, eat a EAD, bitch. you got to rise up and say, eat a dick, motherfucker. You got to tell them, I will not be silenced. I will not be shut down. I will not be stopped. And again, the way we're going to do that in the future is we're going to have to link up. It's going to have to be organizations and foundations and things like that, where we have a group of people who think alike. We're all on one accord, one frequency, one vibration. Because they're scared. They're scared of groups like that. They have power. When you come together and you got, a bunch of people thinking the same, knowing the same things, being able to do the same actions, all in accord, that is powerful shit. So then Twitter in Brazil, going on with the free speech, Twitter just shut down in Brazil. They just shut it down. In Brazil, they shut down Twitter by the Supreme Court because they wouldn't follow censorship rules. Elon Musk wouldn't censor the people they wanted to censor in Brazil. So the Supreme Court issued a mandate, a 24-hour mandate for Elon to show up to court. Say, nigga, you got 24 hours to show up to court, or we shutting your whole shit down in Brazil. We shutting your whole shit down, bitch. And Elon he gave him a big ass EAD. I wish I had my EAD shirt on. He gave him a big ass EAD, bitch. And he didn't show up, so they shut it down. And then they went after the Twitter representatives. They went to arrest some of the Twitter representatives in Brazil. This is all over free speech, everybody. Not nothing. No, he didn't rob nobody. He didn't commit fraud. He didn't do none of that. He wouldn't censor somebody else's speech. This is crazy. I'm telling you. You guys have got to get up and get in the game. This is a fight you cannot sit back on the sidelines for. You can't. Or they're gonna shut your ass up for life. So and then because he didn't show up, because he told them the EAD, he didn't show up. So they shut it down. They shut down Twitter. Then they told the citizens, if you use a VPN to get around us shutting down Twitter, if you use a VPN to get Twitter and we find out, we're gonna fine your ass $20,000. They're gonna fine them $20,000 for using a VPN to get around the shutdown of Twitter in Brazil. These niggas are crazy. Then, to go even a step further, because Elon Musk wouldn't show up, they tried to fine him, and you can't find a nigga who ain't there, right? So they seized his SpaceX bank accounts in Brazil. They basically shut down SpaceX too. They shut down SpaceX and Twitter. They seized the niggas' bank accounts in Brazil. The SpaceX bank accounts, they said, to pay for the fines that are going to be levied for this other corporation. These niggas are insane. I'm trying to tell you, y'all better get with it. This freedom of speech attack is real, and we need to wake up to it and start mashing out against it right now. Again, I've been a victim of it the last month with them shutting me down for almost a whole month, but it's way bigger than me and anybody else. This is going to be what they're trying to implement for the future. Because then in Ireland, police officers are driving around communities on loudspeakers, telling them they will be arrested for misinformation and hate speech that could incite violence. Did y'all see the video? The cop car going around with the bullhorn, the speaker on top of the car, telling people, just regular people just chilling in the yard and just doing their work and just rolling around. You will be arrested if you say or do it or do anything that can be considered hate speech and blah, blah, blah. Nigga told these niggas, we gonna get arrested. We coming for your ass. Ireland, I don't know what the hell is going on in Ireland. Ireland, the UK, they tripping. But I think, honestly, this needs to go down in those countries, because you need to have, in order for you to understand the value of something, you need to have it taken away. Or at least it being in jeopardy, at least, in jeopardy of being taken away. Because then you'll fight for it. That's when you truly fight for it. There's a lot of dudes who don't pay no attention to their girl, and to some other smooth ass nigga, hey, goddamn girl. Oh, hey, whoa. You beautiful black queen from African queen. You Egyptian goddess. You Anunnaki beautiful. Oh my God. When a nigga come up to your girl, start doing that shit, that's when you like, huh? Wait, hey, huh? The fuck? Hey, nigga. Nigga, you ain't paying no attention to her, nigga. Hey, somebody else can. That's usually how it go. You don't pay no attention to your girl, somebody else will. Especially if she fine as hell with a nice one of these. The universe, all that wrapped up in the universe. She got one of them. Like, oh, damn, baby. So this is your freedom of speech. Your freedom of speech is your fine ass woman. And for you women, it's your big, strong, muscular, take care of anything man that massage your feet and your neck at night. But don't start taking that man for granted, ladies. You start taking that man for granted, another sister with one of these. Hey. And then come in and like, you need me to cook for you, baby? Huh? What you need? You need a massage? I don't need a massage. Do you need a massage? Like, shit, I'm getting the massage? Wait a minute. You giving me the massage? Yes, baby, you sit down and you relax. You watch the game. You do what you need to do. I'm going to be in here. I'm going to handle this. I'm gonna do this over here. I'm about to come out. Hey, you want a drink while I'm in there? Get a woman doing that shit. And you is neglecting your man, taking him for granted and shit. He gonna be like, Salam alaikum. Hey girl, yeah, won't you put me a couple of ice cubes in that drink? You don't value something until you get it taken away, or you're about to have it taken away. So that's why I think those countries are going to rise up eventually and start implementing and get some type of national free speech in those countries. But they're going to have it suppressed really badly first in order for them to be like, fuck this shit, and rise the hell up. You got to rise up, baby. But again, because they never had free speech, they've had the illusion of free speech in those countries. They don't have a constitution, so they don't really have First Amendment speech. But because they want the world to look uniform and don't want it to look like one country is just, super authoritative, and police state-ish, because they don't want any country to look like that, they will all give their people the illusion of free speech until it's time to really smash on them. So, and then last thing I got, the war on free speech. A mayor, I forgot the name of the damn town, but you can look it up. A mayor had a woman arrested at a city council meeting because she got up. When you go to the city council meeting, they give you your time at the podium to address your grievances or redress your grievances. This is in the Constitution. Redress of grievances. You can address your government if you think your government is not working for you. This is a constitutional right. So she gets up to the podium during the council meeting, and the topic was they were giving a raise to one of the council members. And it was a guy. He had done a terrible job. Like he had lost money for the city and all this and that. They were giving this nigga a raise. He was already, first of all, making bank. let me preface it by saying he was already making paper. He was already sliding in the dough. They gave that fool like a super raise. And so she went up there to the podium and she started criticizing his job and his raise that he was getting, that he didn't deserve it. And they said, you can't attack people. You can't use this forum to levy personal attacks. I'm not attacking him. I'm attacking his job, which is what this podium is for. I'm criticizing his job and the fact that you're using our money to reward him for a terrible job. And they said, nope, you can't say that. You need to, nope, you can't say that, ma'am. Look, security. And the security walked into her and said, ma'am, you can't disrespect people in here. I'm not disrespecting anyone by talking about the bad job that he did. Well, ma'am, you're gonna have to say something different, blah, blah, blah. She refused to say it. And that nigga snatched her out of the room with her little 5-year-old daughter standing next to the podium. So snatched her out, and she was like, so she started screaming. They took her into the lobby, and then all we could see was the camera in the council meeting room. And so, but you heard when they took her in the lobby, and all you heard was and then you heard the little kids start crying. Everybody reminded me of you ever seen Eddie Murphy Delirious, where Eddie Murphy talk about Aunt Bunny falling down the stairs when my shoe. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like Aunt Bunny falling down the stairs. Shit, whatever they was doing to her in the damn lobby, they was mangling her ass. they was giving it Aunt Bunny treatment. Because goddamn, I was like, goddamn, what she do? Goonie Google, exactly, Goonie Google. And then she said, Goonie Google. But no, that was Aunt Bunny though. That was Delirious. That was the Aunt Bunny. Goonie Google is raw. That's Eddie Murphy raw. Aunt Bunny was the first one, where Aunt Bunny with the mustache, you had to kiss, you had to kiss Aunt Bunny with the mustache. That was Eddie Murphy's best one. So, hey, freedom of speech is on attack. Please get off your asses. We need some freedom of speech warriors. Again, if you want to know how to protect freedom of speech, you got to get into the law and understand your rights to do it. So get over to knowyourrightsfoundation.org. Sign up. Sign up as a volunteer for free. We teach you for free. We ain't charging you nothing, but you do got to get out there and join this law army. So moving along. So there is a black or melanated genocide going on in America. I don't know if it's not talked about enough. There is a black genocide going on in America, within America. What is that black genocide? I'm sure a lot of people do talk about it, but I don't think I've ever talked about it that much. And honestly, because I don't have any kids, so it's not at the forefront of my mind. But we got to talk about it because there's a melanated, like I said, undeniably going on in America, and that's with abortion. Abortion has been a black genocide to melanated Americans, and it's been devastating. I just looked over the numbers. I was like, God, that's what provoked me to do this, because I saw the numbers. I was like, holy shit. Are you kidding me? So we got to go over some numbers, because we got to flip this. And obviously, you know about Margaret Sanger, and she started the Planned Parenthood, and she started it to take out, a lot of the melanated or the underprivileged people, the melanated and Hispanic people. She started Planned Parenthood to diminish those numbers, right? So everybody knows that. Everybody knows that history, but I don't think people really understand the damage that it's done. So we got to give some numbers, because in New York, just talk about New York real quick. In New York, the last few years, women have had more abortions than births. This is just in New York. In New York, in the last couple years, this is consecutively, women have had more abortions in New York than births. That would mean you were dying off. We always talk about Caucasians dying off, that there are more Caucasian deaths than births. But what about the melanated? We don't ever talk about them. We just act like we just out here just, tapping and having babies all day. Nuh-uh, that ain't the case. More abortions in New York than melanated births. Now check this out. This statistics. Melanated women abort 4 times as many babies as Caucasians. 4 times. 4 times. I've been counting 4 times. So that's insane. So Margaret Sanger, her plan is working perfectly. Yeah, who Hillary Clinton said was her idol. Yep. Plan is working. It's working to perfection, because 1 out of 3 melanated babies, 800 every day, are aborted. 800 a day. That's insane. 800 babies, melanated babies, are aborted a day. Some more. 34% of melanated babies were aborted in 2017. That's a third of all melanated people in America. 33%. That's a third. Check this out. So the statistic is 61.3 million babies have kicked the bucket by abortion in the United States since 1973. 61.3 million, right? Babies have been taken out through abortion in America since 1973. Guess how many of those were melanated coming from the sisters? 19.5 million. Since 1973, 19.5 million babies have been taken out by abortion. That would mean melanated sisters have deleted more so-called black people than Caucasians ever have. In America, we're talking about. That's crazy. 20 million. Do you know there's only, 48 million melanated people in America? So-called black people. There's only 48 million. That's almost half of the people that are alive today have been taken out by abortion. Do you know how many people we would have in America as far as the melanated population? We would probably have close to 100, 150 million people in America right now to have what you talking about when you talking about melanin, you talking about political power and all this type of stuff. What would 100 million, 150 million of us be able to do? Because those melanated babies who got taken out, a bunch of them are going to have babies, and a bunch of those babies are going to go to have babies, and a bunch of those babies are going to go to have babies. So we would have at least 100 million to 150 million melanated people in America. And those numbers rival Caucasian people. And again, those numbers are skewed because, excuse me, those numbers are skewed because the people who they call white when they do this census, they put a whole lot of melanated people in the white category. If you come from, Muslim countries, what they call MENA country, Muslim, Middle Eastern, MENA, Middle Eastern North American. So if you're from those countries, even if you're melanated, they will still classify you as white. However, there's still, as a political power, there's still hundreds of millions of them, or at least 150, 100 something million of them, when there's only 48 million of you, supposedly. And if we don't take out those babies, we have a massive amount of power in America. And they knew that, which is why they basically tricked sisters into doing that. Okay. God damn it. So then let me keep it going. Now, melanated sisters, or sisters who have been doing that, and a lot of you, and I'm not talking about the sisters who watch this, but most of you have been duped, or those people, most of those sisters have been duped by a system that's an artificial or a system. Excuse me. You've been duped, basically. You've been duped by the system into substituting. That's the word I was trying to, into substituting an artificial man, the artificial man of corporation and government, for your divine counterpart, which would be the physical man. This is what they've come to do. They've come to replace the physical man in the home with the artificial man of corporation and government. Don't rely on don't rely on him. Don't rely on your other half, the divine counterpart that the universe gave you in order to make it through this world and make this world flourish and evolve. No, count on us. This artificial, this corporation, come give us all your sweat and your blood and your tears to this corporation. You don't need to, you didn't come here to have no babies. Hell no, you didn't come to have no damn baby. You came to be a strong black woman. You came to have a career. You came to tell the world that you are strong, you are smart, you smart. You can do anything a man can do. You damn right. Come on over here, girl. We got a position for you right here. See that cubicle right there? Go and get in that cubicle, and you can do all the woman bossing you want to do from that cubicle right there. Make me $5 million, and I'm going to pay you a good what? $7 an hour. No, you know what? I ain't gonna pay. Sorry. I'm going to pay you a good $15 an hour. My bad. Ain't that a good? That ain't enough to tell you, to show you that I love you more than your man at home? Don't be listening to that nigga. And that's what they do. You trade the physical God man for the artificial corporation or the government. When you go to the government for assistance to be an adversary to this man, when you go put him in the system, child support and all the rest of this, you now are calling upon the government to save you. That man, that's the man of the house. And see, this was a plan by the Rockefellers in the early 1900s when they created women's liberation. Go look up a video with Aaron Russo. Aaron Russo, he talks about this, about how the Illuminati came. Aaron Russo is a guy who created, he was the producer of Trading Places. He produced Trading Places and the movie with called The Rose with Bette Midler. But what I think is his most famous thing and the best thing he ever did was he did the movie or the documentary From Freedom to Fascism. It's on YouTube. If anybody, you haven't seen it, go watch that documentary From Freedom to Fascism. It shows how you're not lawfully required to pay taxes. There is no law that requires the average person in America to pay income tax. No law. And he goes through it, and he even has the IRS director. The director of the IRS is in the movie, and he says, show me the law that requires me to pay taxes. And the IRS director couldn't even do it. Couldn't find it. So that movie, Aaron Russo created. But he also did another video where he talked about how the Illuminati came after him, came to put him in. And it was a Rockefeller who tried to bring him in because he's also rich. His family created like the bikini, some type of bikini or something like that. So his family was rich. So they came after him and they asked him, do he wanted to be in it? And then he talked about, and one of the Rockefellers told him, he said, why do you think we created Women's Lib? And he said, because you wanted to get, women needed rights and they would need, they didn't have any rights and blah, blah, blah. And they needed a voice and blah, blah, blah. He said, no. We wanted to get half of the population that we weren't taxing into the taxing pool. Because the women were at home, they weren't out working, being taxed. So they said we needed to get them bitches out the house, send y'all to work, send these motherfuckers to work so we can tax them. And that also made, because the woman was they were guarding the children, they were the caretakers of the children. That also put children into the school system earlier, which also the Rockefellers, they were the ones controlling the school system. They wrote all the school books. The Rockefeller Foundation wrote all the school books for every school in America, if y'all didn't know that. So that was a way to get the children into the system earlier so that they can indoctrinate the children. So it was twofold. Great thing, twofold. We get the women in the goddamn system so we can tax these motherfuckers. And then we get the children. Baby, that is a win-win. So that's what they told him. And so with that plan, women started to march and we need rights and all this and that. And do you have the right to vote? Absolutely. You should have the right to vote and all of that type of stuff. But you should know that plot and that plan was a bigger plan to get you to separate and break up the home, because they understood the woman is the heart of the house. The woman is the heart of the house. The man is the mind of the house. The woman is the heart of the house. And if they could capture the heart of the house, then they can destroy the house. They can basically cause the house to have a heart attack. Pretty much. They can cause the house to have a cardiac arrest. If they can capture the heart of the house, which is the woman, everything flows through that heart, that energy, then they could break up the home. And so this is why I said we have got to flip this. No matter what you think, when I talked about this last week about women fighting for abortion, what they're fighting for is the ability to be undisciplined and have no accountability for their actions when they go off and they just want to go and tap and do whatever. No, you can't do that in the world. There's consequences to actions. And man has come along and made it easy for you to not be accountable for your actions when you go out there and you mess up. Oh, I just get a do-over. I get a mulligan. When in the real world, before science was able to come and do that for you, you didn't get a mulligan like that. Now, again, you have the right about your own body and all the rest of that. You have a right to choose, and if you don't want to have a baby and all that, but you should, if you don't want to have a baby, then you should think about that before you open your legs. And then if you do decide to have a baby, after you have been undisciplined and you decide to have it without the man's choice to have it, then and again, you guys should be connected on this. Then I don't believe the man should have to pay. If you make a unilateral decision to have a child and you don't, and the man doesn't make that decision with you, then Dave Chappelle broke this off. Dave Chappelle said this. I'm getting this from Dave Chappelle. This ain't me. I just agree with Dave Chappelle. He said you should have to pay. So, but I don't think we should be killing up our future. We're being wiped out of America, which is why these immigrants are coming in to replace you. Because you're killing off your own people. So you're not reproducing yourself. So they have to let immigrants in because you're not reproducing yourself in these populations. And they know melanated people are the root, the foundation of the Democratic Party. So if you're not reproducing yourself, then they need to let in other people who are then going to replace you as that foundation and root of the Democratic Party, which is those illegal immigrants. So there is a black genocide in America. 20 million, babies being taken out since 1973. That's insane. That's an insane number of people that we could have had on the board to change our future. And women decided to do that, to take it off the board. Now, if you were raped, or if you were, if it was, problems with the pregnancy and stuff like that, we understand that. But if you were just doing it because you tapped a nigga that you thought was a good nigga that you fell in love with one day, and then all of a sudden you found out that he thought you wasn't shit after he got the booty, and then you was like, no, I ain't about to have this nigga's baby, fuck that shit, and you went, no. There's no do-overs like that in the universe. There's repercussions from that. And the repercussions are we are stuck in the place we are in now because you have taken out a lot of your own people. Incidentally, this is what happened to the Spartans. Anybody knows about the history of Sparta? We are Sparta. If anybody knows about the Spartans, how they died out was because they used to kill what they call the weak babies when they were born. If you were born with a birth defect, they showed this in the movie 300 too, a little bit. They didn't take them out, but they just, they didn't show them killing them. I don't think they did, but in the movie or in real life, if you were born with a birth defect, you couldn't be they thought you couldn't be part of the Spartan army. You weren't going to be a great warrior. So they took your ass out. They threw you off a cliff. They would take the babies and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar skyhook your ass off the cliff. Nigga do a Steph Curry fadeaway with your Steph. They fade away in your ass off the cliff. That's fucked up, dude. They was doing to the babies like, nigga, me. See how my eyes like this? They'd have tossed me up. They'd have crossed me up. Whoop whoop. They'd have tossed me right off the cliff. They'd have seen my eye when I was born. any birth defect. And they died out because when you're killing people just because of a slight, what you would deem as a birth defect, you may be killing the geniuses of your population. The spiritual heads of your population, the scientists, the community organizers, all of these different things that you need for society to be thriving. You just taking niggas out because you think they may not be able to fight right. Because that's all you believe. This is Spartans, because they believe that fighting was the end all be all of their society, being a warrior. So, sisters, you have done the same thing. Not for the same reason, but you have done the same thing. Out of those 20 million babies, how many of them could have changed the world? Could have changed the futures and the lives for melanated people in America, not just to mention the world. So, sisters, y'all got a lot to think about. So moving along, or the next thing, like I said, this is just a larger problem, which is, like I said, the plan to eradicate melanated people from America. Because not only have there been 20 million, people taken out by abortion since 1973, we have close to 400,000 people who have kicked the bucket from melanated people taking out their own. So it's not just the sisters. We're gonna get to the brothers now. The Warren brothers in the hood, 400,000 people, have been taken out by melanated violence in the last 30 years. That's just the last 30 years. Since 1994, 400,000 melanated people have taken out each other. So I'm not letting the brothers off in this, sisters. Don't just think I'm letting the brothers. When I say genocide, it's by both sides. Sisters, you're doing it in the abortion clinic. Brothers, you doing it on the street. These are insane amount of numbers. And then another million is locked in prison. So how the hell do you think you're going to have a future with these type of numbers? This literally says that your community will die out. There will be no more of you. There's going to be a lot of niggas in Africa, though. It's like 1.3 billion niggas in Africa, so they good. We're talking about the melanated people in America. Africa's great. 1.3 billion, they chilling. We have 48 million. And if we really were doing the right number, the real numbers, it's probably closer to about, I would say, 60 to 70 million. But even that's nowhere near like the 170 million that Caucasian people have. So again, we are the cause of our own demise. Again, and since 2021, 15,290 kicked the bucket just last year. In 2021. That was that year and the next years after that. So that was the first one, 15,290. That's crazy. And we talking about how many cops are shooting us. That's how many people we done killed ourselves, each other. 15,290. And we talking about the popo. Black Lives Matter. Okay, well, what happened to these 15,290? Just that year. Usually it's an average of 13,000. That's crazy. It's an average of like 12 to 13,000 a year that we take out our own people. But we supposed to be so damn conscious and in love with black people and value black lives, melanated lives, but don't quite look like it. So we need to up our game so that we can up our numbers. So I just had to jump on that because when I saw those numbers, that staggered me. 20 million since 1973 aborted, 400,000 in the last 30 years taken out with each other, a million in jail. Like, we are being slowly but surely replaced and taken out. So we need to make that a priority, people. Moving along, Gavin Newsom's bitch ass. So when we're talking about these immigrants coming over here, Gavin Newsom is about to give California illegal immigrants up to $150,000 for home down payment. $150,000 for home payments. Now California has a program where they give out like $250 million a year, something like that, to what is it? It's a certain number. I think it's like 18,000 people are able to get it or something like that. No, sorry, only 2,000 people. Sorry. So 2,000 people get loans out of this program every year, but like 18 to 20,000 people apply every year. So, but they only choose 2,000. So now in this program, they're going to allow illegal immigrants. Oh shit! Hold on. Oops. Oops. Damn it. Sorry, y'all. The mic. So they're going to give illegal immigrants. They're going to give illegal immigrants $150,000 to buy a house. I want to buy a house. I want a goddamn house. You can enter the program being undocumented. So it says Assembly Bill. Hold on. No, this is a story. As immigration continues to be a hot issue in 2024 elections, California is voting on a law this week that could open up $150,000 in down payment assistance to illegal immigrants. Now, they voted on it already. It passed. Before it got passed, when they were talking about it during the vote, one of the representatives on the government or the council, the state legislature, she got up and she is a descendant of illegal immigrants, and she was like, "No, we should not do this." A descendant of illegal immigrants got up there and said, "Hell no, we shouldn't be doing this," and they passed it anyway. Now Gavin Newsom hasn't signed it yet, but he's expected to sign it. So it says Assembly Bill 1840 was proposed by Assemblyman Joaquin Arambula, and would alter the eligibility requirements for California Dream for All program. Currently, the down payment assistance is limited to citizens in California, but the new law would allow undocumented immigrants or illegal immigrants to receive up to $150,000 in housing grants. The California Dream for All allows residents to earn 20% in down payment help from the state. It's a highly competitive program with only 1,700 to 1,800 Californians 17 to 1,800 Californians previously receiving the grants out of 18,000 applicants. That's insane. And so when she was asked about it by Bill Maher last night, Bill Maher asked her about it. She said Nancy Pelosi was on Bill Maher. Nancy Pelosi said the main goal is to get illegal immigrants documented, or undocumented immigrants documented, meaning, yeah, they're illegal, but we're trying to make them legal because they need their votes. If they do this stuff, if they come over here, they can get all this free shit. And then you make them legal without any problem. Who they gonna vote for? Who they gonna vote for? For the next 20, 30 years. if you bought them a house. You came from a fucking hut made of corn in Venezuela. Nigga, your hut was made of motherfucking corn and goddamn what's that shit they put on the corn and what's that shit they put on that corn? Corn and mayonnaise? Ain't that the shit they put on the corn? They put mayonnaise on the corn and shit. Then you had a house made of that shit, and then you bring your ass to America, and you all of a sudden got fucking three bedroom, 2 bathroom. You like, nigga, what? I'm voting for Kamala. I'm voting for Biden. I'm voting for anybody with a D on beside of their name. I just came from a fucking corn hut, nigga. If it got too hot, nigga, we had popcorn that damn day. We had to put a shade over the house so it wouldn't blow up into popcorn on the hot days. Like, shit, nigga, you know how hard it is to put a goddamn tarp up over a corn house, nigga, when it's 100 degrees outside? Nigga, shit. I'm voting for Kamala. That's the deal. That's what they want right there. Like, come on over here, brother. This house right here ain't made of corn. It ain't made of corn. It got indoor plumbing. Come on over here. That is absolutely crazy. They will be voting Democrat forever. Because then in Oregon, this ain't just in California, in Oregon, a taxpayer-funded organization is giving $30,000 to illegal immigrants to buy new houses. So California is giving up $150,000. Oregon is giving $30,000. Are they offering you any money? Everybody, is the government offering you money to buy houses? How long have you been over here working your ass off, putting money into the tax system? Is anybody offering you a crib? Just coming up, hey, you want 30 G's to buy a crib? Me? Yeah, you. You want that? Me? It's like, yeah, motherfucker, hey, you want that? Nobody doing that. The illegal immigrants, though, goddamn, this shit is insane. This is your reparations. Just in you wanted to know, everybody would keep asking about reparations. This is where your reparations are. They're going to the illegal immigrants to replace you because, first off, you are not replacing yourself. Again, more abortions in America with melanated people than births. Not deaths. We're not dying off naturally. We're being aborted. There are more abortions than births. That means your population will die off. They see these numbers. You don't. You ain't looking at this shit this close, but they are. They're like, oh, well, what is our voting base? What is the population of our voting base? Okay, oh shit. Okay, we got this many, but what is the projected voting base population in such and such? Well, we have this many now, but in the next 20 years, we're not going to have that many because they're killing all of their babies right now. So in the future, like, shit, we got to, the fuck? We got to, hey, call the Venezuelans. Hey, call these Venezuelans over here, goddamn it. We need some big, call the Africans, the Venezuelans, call the Haitians, call everybody. We need some niggas in here. And that's where your reparations went. Because you're never going to get real reparations. It's only going to be through government programs and shit like that. That's how they make up for what they call, their atrocities in the past by giving you government assistance. But they're going to give all that government assistance to the illegal immigrants. So, and then, keeping it going with the illegal immigrants, it ain't done. In Denver, cities in Denver are living in fear because of the Venezuelan gang that's taken over apartment complexes as well as neighborhoods. The Venezuelan gangs are wilding out in Denver. Have y'all seen the video of them in the apartment complex banging on people's door and shit with the AK? They kicked the door, bow! They kicked them up, they kicked the people's door in. Some dude on TikTok, he said he lives in Colorado, so he didn't believe it was going on. This is a brother. He didn't believe it was going on, so he drove to the city where they were supposedly doing this. He said he drove by the apartment. He said it was niggas out in front of the apartment with AKs just guarding the apartment building. Illegal immigrants with AK. How the fuck do you come to America and you acquire an AK, let alone a bunch of them? They standing outside with AKs guarding. This is truly Nino Brown and the Carter. This is absolutely Nino and the Carter. Everybody go, you ain't seen New Jack City? New Jack City was, hey, the Carter was locked up. They had a little section in the middle where these niggas could smoke their crack. So you had the little part where you go through, you buy your crack, and you go to a little section where you pick up your crack. Then they had a little section down in the main, what they call like the main area, the population area, where you go and you can smoke it. All in one little building. This is what they're doing to the apartment building. So they got kicked. I talked about the apartment building they took over before, but they got kicked out of that apartment building because they kicked all the melanated people out, the tenants. They paid for them to go to other apartment buildings. So then the Venezuelans stayed in that one. So they had to call the police, and the apartment owners called the police and eventually got them out. So they needed to take over new apartment buildings. Brandon Terry, thank you, brother, for the Cash App. Appreciate you. Again, everybody, thank you guys for hitting that Cash App because the super chat is not working. They took me out of the super chat, they demonetized me. So again, only way for you guys to support is to hit me with the Cash App. Again, that's Cash App. The real Nagas, the number 9. If you want to support, I appreciate you on the chicken shawarma donations. But they got kicked out of that one, and so they had to go take over another apartment building. And that's the video you seeing them going in there, taking over the apartment building. They're going to every tenant's apartment and kicking the door in and letting them know. First of all, they robbing them. They robbing the tenants. They kicking the door in trying to rob them. And then check this shit out. They took over the building and start charging the tenants rent. They say they scared the management out of the building and said, now you owe the rent to us. Yo, Fran Lynn, thank you for the Cash App. Appreciate you. Thank you. They ran the management out the building. They took it over and told the tenants, you owe the rent to us now. This is fucking insane. This is just like a goddamn movie. This is a goddamn movie. So they said the owners said they called the FBI. They called the local, first of all, they called the local police. Then they called the FBI. Then they called the marshals. And they called the state police. And all of them said, we can't do nothing. What the fuck you mean? We've had an invasion from another country and they came and taken over American property and you can't do anything? Excuse me. This is insane. So them people just lost their damn building. Whoever owned that apartment building, they lost the building. They don't own it no more. Nigga, that's crazy. If you invest in a property, a building, and then these niggas just come and take your building and say, come take it back, bitch. What you want to do, nigga? You gangster, come take that shit back. So this is what we got to deal with. When Trump came down and said they're sending all their gang members and all that. Remember, they talked crazy about that nigga Trump. When he said they're not sending their best, they're sending all their gang members and this and that. That's exactly what they did. They sent their worst gang away from Venezuela. Now all the crime in Venezuela has gone down by like 60%. Crime in Venezuela went down 60%. Because they shipped out all the goddamn the gangsters to America. And this is going to grow. They're going to get more gang members and try to take over more property until there's like some type of police task force or military task force or something like that to go and systematically take these niggas out. They're just going to acquire more property and power. And they're only going to do it in the hood. They're going to be terrorizing us, the people in the hood. They're not going to the big neighborhoods where the goddamn politicians live. Melanated people, poor people are the people who see the repercussions of the bad of these immigrants. This is why they keep doing it, because the people in power and government know that the immigrants will keep voting Democrat, keeping them in power, and them being in power, they don't have to see you. They don't ever have to truly see you. They don't live with you. They only got to see you if they campaign, but they live in a bubble away from all of this. So they can let illegal immigrants into the country to fuck up your shit because they don't ever have to see you. They go back to their bubble, they nice little pristine neighborhood they live in, and don't ever have to see none of this shit. They just want the power because them being in the government and them being in the government gives them power, or being in power in government gives them prestige around the world. So this is what we got coming. Then last thing I got, we still on the illegal immigrants. I ain't letting off you niggas. Then illegal immigrants on 2 separate occasions in California and San Diego tried to hijack a school bus with a bunch of kids on it. 2 different days. 20 immigrants came out. The bus, the school bus was stopping to pick up some more kids. They had kids on the bus already. They stopped to pick up some more kids, and like 20 illegal immigrants rushed the bus and tried to get on the bus and tried to snatch the bus up. They was like, then the parents kind of fought them off the bus. The parents and the bus driver kind of kicked them off the bus and fought them off the bus. But they tried to hijack a bus with kids. And this is only because Kamala Harris and Joe Biden said, we want open borders. Literally said, we believe in open borders. We don't believe there are no criminal immigrants, migrants, whatever you want to call them. What the hell is them niggas that started the new Carter, then started the Venezuelan Carter? Carter-Suela. They done started Carter-Suela up in Denver, and now niggas gotta pay rent to the Carter-Suelans. They gotta pay rent to the goddamn Venezuelan Nino Brown. This is crazy. Ernesto. His name ain't Nino, it's Ernesto. That's the Venezuelan Nino Brown. Ernesto that took over the goddamn Carter, the Carter-Suela. Fucking crazy. That took over school bus. Then the last thing, Biden and the Harris administration, they just restarted a program that lets 400,000 more people from 5 different countries into America. They had suspended the program, but just like a couple days ago, they restarted the program. It lets 400,000 more people from 5 different countries into America. We said Ernesto Brownie. Was it El Jefe? El Jefe, that's right. But that nigga, they got the Carter. They got the damn building. I seen the video. Them niggas kicking in doors. They doing that shit. AKs, one nigga on the phone trying to coordinate it all. Right there. It's all on the Ring video. So they not stopping. If you thought they was going to stop, unless you don't vote for Kamala. This is the only way this shit is going to stop. Because if Kamala get in there, this 400,000 going to be like 40 million. This 400,000 is going to turn to 40 million more illegal immigrants if Kamala is allowed to be in office. So again, you guys you don't have the luxury of living in a time where you don't have to do anything. Sorry, that time is past. You live in an age where you are called on to do something, to create the world you want to live in. You have to put out the requisite energy needed to facilitate the future you want. You can't be living on old people's work. Yeah, the civil rights movement and all that. That's old people work. You living off of their shit. Sorry. Can't do that no more. You have to put in your own work. So moving along, last thing before we get into some other news, a kid got kicked out of school for flying an American flag. Did y'all see that on his truck? He got kicked out of a school for flying an American flag on his truck. You talking about America turning communist? This shit is crazy. It is now trendy for you to hate America. Now, does America have a fucked up past the way they got to? You goddamn right. American government, the way the American government got here was some bullshit. Which is why this may be its karma for it to be in its downfall now. Hey, that may be one of the things. However, I live in America right now, and I don't want it to fall while I'm here. Wait till I die, motherfucker. And then let America have its downfall. Because I like America the way it is. I like my shit. I like my Star Wars the way it is. Not Disney Star Wars, excuse me. I like my Marvel. I like my regular Star Wars. I like my shit right now. I'm good right now. I don't need America to fall. And right now, it is trendy for you to hate America. He got kicked out of school. So then the students heard about this and the parents, and they held a big ass rally with a bunch of trucks and American flags. They piled at that damn school. They was like, bitch, America. They start putting on America. We are America. I'm an American. They start doing, you know how them motherfucking do. The right wing motherfuckers, they was American off. Now, why is it illegal for you? They usually, when I was in school, that was the thing. You had to fly an American flag at the school. There was an American flag on the flagpole at the school all the time. Now, I don't know when they took that out. I don't know if they took that out of school, but you had to fly an American flag in school, at the school when I grew up. So now they said it basically it was causing people anxiety. The American flag was causing some people in the school anxiety. It's causing some internal pain. It's like I can't look at it anymore. I can't look at it. When the irony is that if you was in any other country, you couldn't be talking this crazy. You can only talk this shit about your own country in America. The country that you seem to hate. Which is why I'm trying to tell you, no matter whatever fucked up history America got right now, it's the best goddamn thing going out of what's going in the world right now. You are the freest country in the world right now. So no matter how much you hate this motherfucker, you better try to hold on to this bitch. And truly, if you are Aboriginal from here, this is your land. Amarukan. You are an Amarukan. You are the original. So you damn sure should be trying to hold on, because the principles that they use here in America, the freedom principles, the republic and all of that type of stuff, or the type of government that they use, they got all that from the Aboriginals. I know we have republics and everything in Rome and all that. No, they studied with the colonists studied with the Aboriginals for 20 years and learned their system of government and then implemented that government here. You go pick up a book called Exemplar of Liberty. Let me see if I can find it. Oh. Where is that damn book? Oh, my legs are sore. Damn, I just did some lunges, some split squat lunges yesterday. My legs are sore as hell. Goddamn. But this book right here, go get this book. This book may be a lot right now. It only cost me $12 when I found it, but this is like 15 years ago I got this book, maybe more than that, maybe 20 years. But try to find this book. In this book, it's talked about how the Aboriginals, this dude, which is why on this book you see the we the people, it's under the Native American or the Aboriginal American, because they got their government from that. We the people, they got that from Lenni Lenape, the Lenni Lenape, the Aboriginals. Lenni Lenape means we, the original people. That's where they got we the people right there. That's why it's under there. And they studied with the colonists studied with the Aboriginals for 20 years, learning their system of government, and then went and created that government to get away from Britain. So, and the Constitution is modeled off of the Great Law of Peace. Go look up the Great Law of Peace. It's literally damn near modeled verbatim. The Great Law of Peace that the Aboriginals had, that they lived with forever, that they had in their system forever. So you better get with this then. You better try to save this shit, thinking America is some type of foreign creation. No, this shit was created off of your principles. They have used it to fuck up a lot of stuff, absolutely. But it's still, again, the only damn government that you have and the freest place on the planet, which is why they're trying to lock it up and take that away. So we can't let them do it. So it's now, if he was flying a Skittles flag, how many people think if he was flying a Skittles flag that he would have been kicked out of school? How many of y'all think that? If he was flying a Skittles flag, would he have been kicked out of school? If he had that damn colorful rainbowy motherfucker, if he had a rainbow truck. Now, what if a regular person came and said, that flag is causing me anxiety? Would he have been kicked out because the rainbow, the Skittles flag was causing somebody else anxiety? Hell no. But the American flag can cause these people anxiety and he be kicked out of school. This is some bullshit. So again, you got to stick up for what you got. You can make it better, but you got to stick up for what you got before it's gone. Now, again, what I believe, it's a giant psyop to get the people to hate the country so they can move it to a one world government. That's pretty much what this is. It's a giant psyop to get you to hate the government and the country so they can move this into a one world government. That's the plot. No, like I said, even if you think America is a piece of shit, you better fight for it before you lose it. That's just the way this shit goes. So shout out to that kid. You know, you can fly whatever flag you want to fly, but again, we have to fight for what we have. Again, if you don't want to be like Britain, because Britain is putting people in jail for reposting tweets. Do you know that? If you repost a tweet in Britain, they deem hate speech or inciting violence or something like that, you can be thrown in jail for that. So this is getting crazy. We are got to stick up for our shit. Moving along, in Skittle news, a domestic abuse charity allows men who identify as women to apply for a 47. This is in Britain, right? So in Britain, a domestic abuse charity allows men who identify as women to apply for a £47,000 a year job at a woman's domestic dispute or a woman's abuse shelter. So it says a domestic abuse charity has been criticized for encouraging men who identify as women to apply for a senior female-only position. So give you the picture. This is a woman's domestic abuse shelter. So women are going there because they are abused by men, right? They're getting their asses beat by men. So they walk into the shelter and they want to feel comfortable, you know, and connect with a woman when they go in here and have only women surround them, and when they walk into the door, hi ladies, what do you need? What do you, oh my God, were you abused? What did he do? Did he hit you? Was he like, God damn. He looked like you, first of all, motherfucker. And yeah, the motherfucker hit me. You gotta walk in there with a big ass burly motherfucker who looked like the nigga who just smacked you up behind the goddamn desk. We're here to help you. Come on, come in. We're gonna take you in. We're gonna take care of you. We're gonna treat you right. Like, motherfucker, I came here to be only around women. And they're giving a job to some big ass motherfucking Arnold Schwarzenegger motherfucker gonna be in there trying to comfort you. You gotta be comforted by a big ass Arnold Schwarzenegger motherfucker in a wig. How does that work? You came to get away from men. These women, they are traumatized by a man going to a woman's only domestic abuse shelter, only to be met by motherfucking nigga wearing a dress with a ZZ Top beard. Y'all remember ZZ Top with one? That's for older people. Y'all, most young people, y'all probably don't know what ZZ Top is. Google it, and you'll laugh your ass off. ZZ Top had a beard that came down the air. These two motherfuckers, they had beards that came down to their belly button. That's what they gonna see when they walk in there. Yo, Vanessa K. Thank you. Except for that voice. Hi, ladies. Hey, that's what I hear. That's what I hear when I hear it. I don't know what y'all hear. That's what I hear. But goddamn. It says taxpayer-funded Scottish Women's Aid highlights that all women will be considered for the key policy post. All women, guys. All of them. Even the ones who identify. You identify you're a woman, and you can give other women comfort because you identify with a woman. You've been in their place. You've been smacked up by a big ass burly dude just like that. Well, no, not quite that. They probably haven't been smacked up by no big ass Timberland boot wearing nigga like most of these women probably have when they go to the damn shelter. And so again, they're looking for comfort when they go to this shelter, and they gonna see Hacksaw Jim Duggan. They gonna see the Undertaker or somebody when they walk in that bitch. But it says charity bosses insist that this would include women with the protected characteristic of gender reassignment. So if you done had some of these put in, and you done had that lopped off, and you done had some women juice pumped into your vein. Now all of a sudden you a lady. I'm a lady. What's that with Shanae? Martin did Shanae. I'm a lady. So there's some shenanigans going on in that bitch. I feel for them ladies. Then it says, the Equality Act protects Decepticon people from discrimination in situations such as renting a home or being served in a restaurant. It does not mean employers must consider men who identify as women for the job required as actual women. So this is the Equality Act is supposed to protect women, not people who believe they women, but it's supposed to protect actual women. And so they're invading that Equality Act and putting people who believe. I strongly connect. I strongly have a good understanding, slightly, sort of what a woman goes through. I should be allowed to do the same things. Shit is insane, y'all. Then, moving along, 1 in 2 Alphabet Plus people say they are bullied or harassed at work, says a survey. So that means 50%. A survey basically says, 50% of Alphabet Plus group says they are bullied or harassed at work. Let me read you the story. 1 in 2 Alphabet Soup people say they are being bullied or harassed at work, new research suggests. A survey of 1,000 Skittles people by the TCU, or excuse me, the TUC, I don't know what that is, indicated that 1 in 5 had been exposed to verbal abuse at work in the last 5 years. Now, more than a quarter of respondents said they had homophobic or biphobic or, transformophobic remarks directed at them or made in their presence. Then it says 1 in 20 told TUC they had experienced physical violence, threats, or intimidation at work because of their sexual, orient blobs, the way they want to get down. Now, does anybody believe this? Huh? Does anybody believe? So my thing is, does anybody believe this is true, or are they in competition for the Victim Olympics? So how many people believe that this is true, or they're just in the competition with the Victim Olympics? There's a Victim Olympics going on right now. I don't know if y'all knew. There's a major Victim Olympics, and the participants are the New Khazarians, the Palestinians, women in general, melanated women, and so-called melanated people as a whole. Oh, and now white men, Caucasian men. They're acting like they victims now. Remember, they're talking about they're being replaced and nobody wants to see a straight white male anymore. So white men have been thrown into the Victim Olympics, guys. How the hell did white people get into the Victim Olympics? But do you believe that 50% of them are being harassed at work? Do you believe this shit? Because they say they don't have the same rights and they don't have the same rights and courtesies and all this about. And we know that they have way more privileges and rights than anybody else. They get way more than anybody else. They get a whole goddamn month. They get a whole goddamn month to do their thing. So I don't want to hear no bullshit, but they in the Victim Olympics. And who else made it to the Victim Olympics? Who else is in the Victim Olympics, everybody? Who else would you say is in the victim? I would say what? Handicapped people. They in the Victim Olympics. Lazy people, because lazy people think that you're just criticizing them because you've seen this. Why are you yelling at me? Why are you talking to me like that? What did I do? You ain't do shit, you lazy ass bitch. Get off your ass and do something. I shouldn't be talked to like that. How? Oh my God. The vitriol that you speak with. I just can't. I can't even move. I can't. What? Shut your ass up. So lazy people are in the Victim Olympics. Who else is in the Victim Olympics? Who's going to take the gold? Thank you, Summer Breeze. Who's going to take the gold? We got the Khazarians, the Palestinians, women, black women, so-called black women, so-called black people, white men, handicapped people, lazy people. Who going to take the Victim Olympics? I just want to know. He says, you're like a more woke Dave Chappelle. He says, you're like a more woke Dave Chappelle. I ain't woke at all. Or you mean the old definition of woke, conscious? I'll take it. I don't use woke no more. I don't use that word. If you use conscious, yeah. I'm conscious. I ain't woke. Because goddamn. So the alphabet soup are in a battle for the Victim Olympics, everybody. Half of them get harassed and abused and violated, apparently. And we need to, I don't know what they want us to do. They get their ass kissed enough as it is. They want us to kiss their ass some more. Sorry, I don't do no rainbow ass kissing. I don't give a shit what you talking about. So moving along, in the science and the weird, an ex-Pentagon official, another one, not the one we know, who came out and talked about the aliens. This is another guy. An ex-Pentagon official claims U.S. has recovered alien bodies. Now, the other dude said the same thing, but he didn't have any proof, apparently. But this dude, apparently, he said he may have some proof. So a former Pentagon spy claims that U.S. has recovered aliens. Former U.S. counterintelligence official and one-time Pentagon UFO investigator. He was a UFO investigator for the Pentagon. So who would know more than this nigga? So one-time Pentagon UFO investigator Luis Elizondo told reporters that he can confirm one of two vehicles of unknown origin were recovered from the now legendary Roswell UFO crash in 1947. Then it says, more shocking still, Elizondo said, we, as a nation, have been interested in not only the vehicles themselves, but the occupants, which he called biological specimens. Holy shit. Then it says, this is a quote from him, we are not alone in the universe, and it is a simple fact, Elizondo continued. The U.S. government has been aware of that fact for decades. And then it says, Elizondo helped release 3 of the most famous UFO videos in history after leaving his role in the U.S. Department of Defense in 2017. So an alien UFO investigator from the Pentagon, y'all, says we got aliens. Now, we've been hearing about this for the last, 3, 4, 5 years now. So basically, they've been desensitizing us to the fact that we have aliens. So that when it really pops off, nobody really start tripping. Or if they do that Project Blue Book, they try to scare the shit out of us when the aliens are disagreeable or hostile or warlike. So they want to try to bring us all together. They still need that. They still need to push us together on this one world shit. And the only way that's going to happen is if we have some type of external threat to bring everybody together. So I still think they're going to do that shit. But my man says the aliens is real, and he's a UFO investigator, counterintelligence. So, and then he wrote a book. He got a book called Imminent something. Imminent, I forgot the name of the book. I should have wrote it down. But he has a book where he tells everything in the book. So, should we give a damn? Should we give a damn about more aliens? Look, I don't think we should give a shit about aliens, really. I mean, we should care, but not care. We should care that there's another species in the universe alive, that we not the only ones. But if these niggas ain't delivering your DoorDash, if they not collecting rent from you, if they not if they not cleaning your house, cooking your food, if they not doing anything, why the hell should we give a damn about aliens? Somebody need to tell me why we need to give a damn about aliens. We should care about ancient aliens, the ancient alien story, and only so far as it tells us what, it gives us a understanding of who we are and why we're in the position where we are now, the ancient Anunnaki and all that type of stuff. But we shouldn't even be caught up into that stuff. We should use it as a reference point to understand where we are and where we need to go. But you being wrapped up in alien shit, it don't do anything for you right now. It's not going. Aliens ain't gonna pop up when the popo roll up on your ass with a billy club to knock you the fuck out or to tase you and be like, "Stop it, sir. He's from our planet. We do not allow this on our planet. I will fuck you up if you continue this atrocity towards my people." they not gonna do that. Alien ain't gonna roll up on you, nigga, when the government come for your ass for not paying taxes. No alien is gonna help us do shit. Now, I will say this. The aliens are stopping them from committing nuclear war. The reports come out that every time they try to do some nuclear test since they set off those bombs, those, Los Alamos and all that type of stuff, since they set off the bombs, every time they try to do something that has to do with nuclear weapons, nuclear bombs, the aliens show up to cut it off. So I'm for the aliens for that. Shout out to the aliens for that. Hey, if now if you can change my mind by saying that, now we should care about the aliens if they're gonna stop nuclear war. Hey, alien, what's up, my nigga? Would you want a turkey burger, my nigga? Huh? You want some chicken shawarma? Alien, my nigga, Gooklok from the planet Zukaran. Gooklok, I got you hooked up, my nigga. I'm got to get you the chicken shawarma special. You know what I'm saying? With the they're gonna have the peppers, the peppers and the roasted vegetables and all. Oh yeah, my nigga, hook you up, Mr. Gooklok. If you gonna stop nuclear war, I'm all for it, nigga. I got 5 on your turkey burger. Other than that, I don't need to know about the damn aliens. And they keep using this as a distraction. Again, this is another distraction, but it's not much of a distraction anymore because people don't give a shit. People are more like, okay, it's aliens. So, and why wouldn't it be aliens? But again, if this nigga ain't parking his goddamn spaceship on my front lawn, why the hell did I give a shit? And you shouldn't. So just had to let y'all know that they was trying to get us with the aliens again, but we shouldn't give a damn. So moving along, NASA discovers a new invisible electric field surrounding the Earth. This is, again, we're in the science and the weird. NASA has discovered an electrical field surrounding the Earth and claims it's as important as gravity. So there's a new field around the Earth that they didn't know. They knew they had the electromagnetic field, or really the magnetic field around the Earth. Then you had gravity as a force, but they didn't know about this other field that surrounded the Earth. They kind of suspected it because when they launch things into the sky, there's some type of emission of particles into the sky, but they didn't really know what it was. But then they just sent up a missile to try to detect it, and they found out this field is responsible for lifting. Oh, wait a minute. NASA has discovered a layer around the Earth called the Ambipolar electric field. So ambipolar electric field. What is ambipolar? Ambi is both. Ambi means two, right? So it's a bipolar field. It's an electromagnetic field, but they call it an electric field. But it has a positive, so it's not electromagnetic, but it has a positive and negative polarity. The field does. And so they said it emits, so the field is responsible for lifting a layer of our atmosphere into space, right? So it's responsible for lifting a layer of atmosphere into space. So then it says a magnetic field pulls energy. See, the electric field emits energy. So that's basically like what you have. You either, when you're electromagnetic. And so we draw energy in. This is when they tell you to shut up and meditate. And then you will pull energy and vibration from the universe. But then if you want something from the universe, then you have to emit that energy. You have to put out the energy into the universe that you want so that the universe can bring that back to you. So this to me is that force in the universe. This is when it's talking about the emission of electrical pulses or impulses and energy into the universe. That's the, I would think, this is just me on the speculation side. I would say that's our emitting into the universe. That minimal, that very thin field that they can't detect. It's very, very subtle field. But they said it's responsible for emitting all this energy into the universe. Again, I would think that's the Earth. First of all, the Earth emitting energy, because you know the Earth is alive. It's a live sentient being emitting its energy out into the universe. But again, since we're connected to the Earth, that would also be our energy going out into the universe. Like when you emit energy, it's an actual thing. You are emitting electrical energy vibration into the universe. Well, then how would that look? I would think it would be something that has to do with this new layer that they found, the ambipolar layer, that would help us emit whatever we need from the universe out into the universe so it can bring it back. So they keep uncovering things which goes to show they don't know anything about the universe. They don't know anything about how the universe is made, what the fuck is going on. They have no idea. Excuse me. But the ancients, they knew. And so this is what I believe about this universe. So just understand that was just interesting to me, that we have a whole new energy force that now we can understand and try to connect to. But then, moving along, the last story I got in the science and the weird, everybody knows about Gobekli Tepe. Does everybody know about Gobekli Tepe? So, you know, we got Sumeria, and then they found Gobekli Tepe in Turkey, and they dug it up or whatever. And this only like 5% of it is dug up, but it's supposed to be 7,000 years older than Sumeria. So we think Sumeria, when we talk about Sumeria, the Sumerians being the oldest civilization on the planet, not the Sumerians. Gobekli Tepe was a complete, again, only 5% is dug up, and they got pillars upon pillars upon pillars upon pillars of shit, right? Now, what is Gobekli Tepe? What is that? What I think it is, because they have a bunch of carvings and you know, different animals combined. They'll have like a pelican with a crab, and they got all kind of crazy animals combined on the stone tap, you know, the stone slabs in Gobekli Tepe. I think it's a marker or some type of thing when they were doing experiments, because if you go and you understand how they talk, the ancient Anunnaki or the Sumerians talked about how we were created, humans were created. They did experiments. The Anunnaki had to do experiments first and to create what they call the human, or the Adama, which is from the ground, the being they created from the dust, the earth. So they didn't just make us in like 20 minutes. And they didn't just create us in the back lab in 20 minutes and got back to watching the game, the Anunnaki football. Like, goddamn, nigga. Hey, you done with that motherfucker in the back? Hurry up, because nigga, they about to score. Yeah, come on. They wasn't doing that. They took a long time for them to come up with the right mixture to create humans, you and us, you and me. So that took a long time. So what I think they had to experiment on a lot of different animals, combining, because remember what they did, or what the Anunnaki or the Sumerians said they did, was they spliced their genes with the being that was already here, the Neanderthal, right, or the Homo erectus, whatever. They spliced the genes together. So you don't just splice genes without knowing what that shit is going to do, right? So you had to experiment on some things like humans experiment on rats. When we want to do something for humans and transfer it into humans, we experiment on animals first. So what I think Gobekli Tepe was a place that showed a lot of the experiments they were doing on the animals before they embarked on doing it to what they call the human or the Adama, us, the being that they made from the ground. So it's a bunch of that. It's a bunch of those stone tablets over there. Now, only 5% is dug up, and that's all that's about to be dug up. No more. Because guess who got control of Gobekli Tepe, y'all? Guess who now got control over Gobekli Tepe? Who would you think? Put some people in there. Who you think? Can you throw a name? Give me a name. Who would you think? Who do you think has control over Gobekli Tepe? It says Bill Goat. No, not Bill. You're around there though. It's in that sphere. It's not Billy Goat. No. NASA, no. Not Elon, no. Who else is the evil villain? Who else is an evil villain we know about right now in the world? Who else is not the Vatican? You said the Jaywalkers? No. No. No, not Biden. Come on. We know it. I'm going to give you a hint. I don't want to give you a hint. Let's see. There it is. Somebody's buddy. Klaus Schwab. There it is. Who had that? Who said it? That's Kevin Nails. What up, names? Kelvin? Almost got my name. Kelvin Nails. Yep. It's Klaus Schwab. The WEF has taken control over Gobekli Tepe through an alternate group, through an alternate corporation. So a corporation that they pretty much control subversively has taken over control over Gobekli Tepe. And they have ceased to do excavations, meaning you ain't gonna get no more info out of Gobekli Tepe. Guess how long they have stopped the digs, y'all? Guess how long they have stopped the excavation at Gobekli Tepe? This means some shit was about to be uncovered and they don't want nobody to know. Some real shit was about to change the world that was about to be uncovered at Gobekli Tepe, and they was like, shit, we can't tell nobody this shit. Nigga, it's gonna fuck up every goddamn thing. Nigga, we can't tell nobody this bullshit. Say indefinitely. Kevin said 1,000 years. No, not 1,000 years. 150 years. 150 years. Nobody alive today is gonna be alive to see. Excuse me. Nobody alive today is gonna be alive to see what they dig up in Gobekli Tepe. 150-year suspension on the dig. This is crazy. That means they are definitely trying to hide some shit. So there's a there's a guy who has a petition to try to get this changed. This is how I found out about it. He's an archaeologist or whatever, and so he was trying to apply for something to go check it out, and they wouldn't let him because then they said they implemented this 150-year ban on excavations. Now you can still go tour it, but you can't. There's no more excavation, meaning they're not going to find out what's under it anymore. And the reason you know that, because they planted trees all over the land over there. So to prevent people from digging it up, they planted like fucking football fields of trees. Because then now the roots are going to grow down into the ground where the temple is, because this is a temple or a bunch of temples that they had together that made one giant temple, a bunch of mini temples. So they're planting those trees. Those trees are going to root out and grow all around that area, creating a nigga just basically sealing it up. They're basically sealing up the whole goddamn place to prevent anybody from digging in that bitch. This is a massive plan. This is a massive plan to keep what's down there. And that's why I think it's some alien shit. This is why I started off with what I think it is, what I think Gobekli Tepe is. It's like a ledger of the experiments that the aliens did on the animals in here before they got to making us, before they got to the perfected method of how to make us. So, goddamn, 150 years, holy shit. I'ma still be alive. Fuck that. I ain't gonna speak that. I'm gonna be alive in 150 years, goddamn it, because I'm immortal. Goddamn it. I'm immortal, goddamn it. I'ma still be here. I'ma speak that up. I'ma still be here 150 years, eating my chicken shawarma, watching Star Wars, goddamn it. Yeah, a laboratory. I don't know if it was the laboratory. I think it might have been a temple where they kept. They could have been. You're right. They could have been the laboratory, but I think it was more where they kept track. What's the word I'm looking for? Not they kept. I'm talking about a ledger, but in science, it's called something else. When they're keeping track of their experiments. I forgot what it's called, but I think that's what Gobekli Tepe is. And they were writing down, you know, the carvings on the things where all the experiments they were at. So I just thought that was was very interesting that Mr. Klaus Schwab eat the bugs. This nigga has taken over Gobekli Tepe. And he old as shit. But no more of that. So last thing I got in police stop law lessons, a judge has ruled that the Breonna Taylor shooting was the fault of her boyfriend for shooting at police when they entered the home. Goddamn. The judge ruled it was the boyfriend's fault because the police who kicked in his door without knocking, busted in his door, and this man has a right, though, to defend his house, but it's his fault because he got up and shot at the police officers. They saying that those police officers had a right to shoot back, and then they took out Breonna when they kicked the door in and fired back. Absolute bullshit. Thank you, Nicole. That's bullshit for real. Because it said it didn't matter if they did not. Excuse me. It doesn't matter. They did not knock. Wait a minute. Hold on. It didn't matter. They didn't knock, and he was defending his home. That's what they said. It didn't matter that they didn't knock, and he was defending his home. It was his fault, not the officer's fault. Now, it already came out that the developer friend of the mayor wanted the land to develop new housing and needed to get the people out of the house, out of that building, that building complex. Remember that? This came out like a year ago or 2 years ago, year and a half ago, that the mayor, the friend of the mayor, they wanted that apartment building, and they were trying to get all the tenants out of that apartment building, and I don't think Breonna wanted to leave. Then one of the officers, when they got there, remember the report was that one of the officers had shot through the window from the outside. They shot through the window from the outside first. So there's all these reports, but my man has been ruled the you know, the life taking of Breonna Taylor has been ruled not the fault of the popo for not knocking, and they didn't knock, just walked in shooting. This is crazy. This is absolute bullshit. So again, you said the Second Amendment doesn't matter. Well, yeah, kangaroo court. Now I'm not sure if they can appeal this or not. If it hasn't gone to the higher court, they can probably appeal it. But right now, man, it seems like you have no recourse because they don't think you know anything. I'm just going to be honest. They think we have been apathetic and sitting back for so long, not learning how the system works, not learning what to do when your rights get violated, not knowing what to do at all. We just rolling and riding the system and not doing anything. You cannot be in a system and expect the system to work for you if you don't understand it, let alone know how to take advantage of it in your favor. It's never gonna happen. And again, y'all gonna hear me all day. Get your butt over and get your stuff. Now, would this have stopped them from coming? No, absolutely not. They would have went into the house. This is not gonna stop them from shooting in your house if they want to come in the house. Not at all. However, in most cases, when you deal with police, this will help. This is going to help you knowing the law. I would have even thought also, if the police officer is kicking your door, now if you think it's somebody robbing your house, you're gonna get up and shoot. However, if the police officer is kicking your door and you know the law, this stuff will save you. No matter what the police do, eventually the law, they have to run this through the legal system. And if you know the law, again, get over here and get your stuff. If you know the law, you can smash on them. You may not be able to do it at the time the atrocity happens. This is what has to happen. The law is for the court, just so you guys know. You can spout law at the time whatever is being done to you when it's happening. You can definitely spout the law, but it's probably not, it's not that it won't. But yo, Liza Jenkins, thank you for the Cash App. Appreciate you. Not that it won't help you, but because you may have some dumbass cops who don't know anything and they just might not care. So the law is usually for the court. But if you are spouting the law and you know the law really well and you spout it like you know it, most police officers will back off of you because there's liability, there's lawsuits, all of these things. There's qualified immunity that they can lose if they do the job wrong. If you know your rights and you can make them have accountability, they lose that shield right here. So again, Breonna Taylor wouldn't have helped. It wouldn't have helped Breonna Taylor because she was just in the bedroom sleeping. But for most of us, we have got to get on some type of law train. Again, I need the law avengers. I'm the Tony Stark. I need everybody else. Y'all can fill in any position you want after the Tony Stark, but I'm the Tony Stark. Y'all come on in here and get with the law avengers. Damn it, I need a Black Panther. I need a Black Thor. I need a Hulk. I need all of y'all. I need everybody a part of the damn Avengers. I need a Hawkeye. I need an Ant-Man or Ant-Woman, whatever the hell. I need all of y'all to be a part of this law army for what's coming in the future. And this is the only way you can put fear in them, is to know the accountability, how to make them accountable, how to get in their pockets. That's really what this is about, is to make them pay by making them pay monetarily, going after their insurance, their public official bond that's tied to their oath to the Constitution. So when they violate your constitutional rights, you can go get their money. And if their bond gets taken, they get taken off. They get taken off of police duty if they don't have a bond. No more job. So again, get over there, get your stuff. Know your realnagas.com. If you ordered a great book of Melanin Research, the hard copy, I'm gonna give you all of this for free. And anybody who just ordered on Friday, yes, you got all of this free stuff, plus the 5 decks of flashcards. I gave everybody who just ordered the book last week all of this. So again, realnagas.com. You got to get the book, because the only place you can get this is from me. Sorry, unless somebody's taken the book and copied it, but you can't resell it because I got a trademark on it because I put the book together. I didn't make the files, but I did make this into a book. So don't be trying to copy my shit. But I'm the only place you can get this right now. I'm the only one who has the files for it. Anybody else has to copy this book in order to make another book. I actually have the digital files to this. So again, make sure y'all support, because they shut down my finances on YouTube. They took me out. They took me demonetized me. So hard copy, you get all of this for free, realnagas.com. Or if you just want any of these things individually, please go to knowyourrightsfoundation.org and support that way. Also, if you want to get any of the cupcake exemption cards, this is the religious exemption card for the cupcake right here. And so they don't force you. You can say you got a religious exemption. And this is the liability notice and exemption. So if they force you to do it, then they're liable for making you take it. And that's this right here. You can get both of these at knowyourrightsfoundation.org. I don't have these on my website. So knowyourrightfoundation.org. Get over there, get you one of these, and make sure that you're secure at your job when they try to force you, if they try to come back with a new pandeezy. And then if you just want to learn your rights for free, become a part of this Law Avengers. God damn it. I need a Black Panther. I told you. I need a Storm. I need all of them in here. All my Law Avengers, please show up. KnowYourRightsFoundation.org. Get this for free. We teach you for free. Again, you go, you sign up. We send you a questionnaire. You fill out the questionnaire, and then send it back to us, and we'll give you a time for your interview so that you can join the Know Your Rights Foundation and start getting your law kung fu on right here. Excuse me. All right, everybody, that's it for me. I'm out of here. Oh yeah, make sure you hook up the homie Timmy Tight Top. My bad. Right here. Make sure you call Timmy Tight Top. Let me get his number for you again if you want some of this weed juice. If you're on one of those Yaki Awakening cleanses, he already got people on it buying the juices. So it's 323-776-2587. Again, 323-776-2587. Make sure you hook it up. Also, again, if you want to join the status classes, Real Nagas, on patreon.com/Real Nagas to sign up for the status classes. Or if you just want to get into the police stop law class without having to join the Know Your Rights Foundation, you can pay to be into it. You can pay to be in it by joining the Patreon channel, patreon.com/Real Nagas. Join the police stop law class level, and you can get in every Sunday where we do these law classes. Police stop law class, you guys, is like 5 hours. Yes, I teach law class for 5 hours. We be going. If you've seen them on the Real Nagas channel, you know these classes go long, and we be in there, we be clowning. So make sure you get in there and you're a part of this, so we can get this law army going, the Law Avengers. I'm out. I'm chicken shawarma hungry. I'm tired as hell too. So, because I've been up all goddamn night. So I'm about to get out of here. Thank everybody for joining on Saturn's Day. Appreciate y'all. Thank everybody for hitting the Cash App, because since they shut me down on the super chat. So I appreciate y'all. All the moderators. What up, Christopher Perkins? What up, brother? And Nama. Thank everybody, all my moderators, for holding it down up in here. I appreciate y'all. Janine Jackson, thank you for the chicken shawarma donation. I appreciate you, girl. Everybody who hit that Cash App, I love y'all, man. Thank you. That to show YouTube that they can't shut us down. They can't stop us from supporting our people. I appreciate y'all, man. If you love the stuff, the information that I bring you, I appreciate the information or the help and resources that you give back. So it's a cycle. It's a we are unified, and this is how we get down. So appreciate y'all. It's chicken shawarma time for me. I'm out. Deuces.